professional.
As always. Hello there, and welcome to the second episode of the Great Hall podcast. This has been a mess because we are streaming it live here on YouTube. I have three wonderful guests as well as the chat here with me, and today we're going to be talking some nonsense about Monster Hunter and some other stuff. But before we get into any of that, let's just introduce the people that you guys definitely know because because of that, and let's get started with... I don't know. Who did I start with last time? I'll get started with Kiki this time. Did I just hear a fucking vacuum cleaner in the background?
Hi! It's me, Kaylee, otherwise known as Froggiflow. Sorry, I'm vacuuming my room real quick. Give me a minute.
Okay, what the fuck is happening?
Absolute queen.
Whilst that is happening, DuplEx.
Buonasera. Buonasera. Hello, I'm DuplEx. You guys probably know me because I've been leeching onto Ark's server for the past few months.
You're a bigger content creator than me. It's not leeching.
I'm leeching. I don't want to make music, so I leech on your channel.
True.
But yeah, I'm the Monster Hunter remix guy.
He's a musician, composer. Sorry.
I'm a composer and I make a lot of music, and probably you guys know me for the Monster Hunter remixes. There you go.
And of course, our resident, I don't want to say diva because that has a negative connotation. Our resident elegant babe, Beari.
Oh, okay. Hello. Yeah. I'm Beari. I'm a lewd VTuber, cat girl.
Lewd
bear girl.
VTuber.
Just admit it.
I mean, it's true. I don't try to be anyone that I'm not, you know?
When someone looks as good as Beari, she has the right to admit it. That's just the fact,
Yeah.
okay?
True.
Yeah.
Alright, Kiki, do you want to go back to... Are you done cleaning your house?
You know.
I think that was part of the Kiki experience, to be fair.
That was such a beautiful moment.
That is so good. You're a comedic genius, may I say.
Mm-hmm.
I just love how she's able to make it pick up by the mic as well.
I
Like,
know,
she
it's
plays
so
herself
good.
perfectly. Like,
It's like
I don't know how the fuck you nail it every time.
The calculations behind it are truly just impressive.
Genuinely
I just turned background like audio on. It's not that hard.
It works so well, though.
It
You don't
works,
get it.
though.
I would like to say, you know, all of their links are in the description. Definitely check out their content, because if you like what I do, you're definitely going to like what they do, because we've done some collabs not only here on my channel, we've done some collabs in their own channels as well, because we love fucking around. And sadly, for the last 2 weeks, we haven't had a lot of time to fuck around, because everyone's been busy, and getting 4 people together for something is incredibly difficult, it seems.
It sucks. It really sucks.
It sucks. We have jobs, we have money, and the shit sucks. We're all busy. I'd rather be living in a cardboard box, but we're all together then.
I'm getting paid. I'm getting green, but what?
But what?
And I would like to say hello to everyone in chat, which of course you guys are all welcome to partake in today's discussion. Not a problem at all. It would be very... I mean, this is literally why you guys have your own dedicated window, so we can get started. Okay, so first of all, like I said earlier, the 4 of us have not been hanging out much because we've been very busy. Some of us with university, some of us with work, some of us seeing incredibly beautiful people IRL. And I've been stuck in London for 2 weeks, and I don't know how I came out alive, but here I am.
Yeah, London.
Dude, London is fucking wild. Can I just say that?
Yeah?
Like, the shit I've seen this week, like the last 2 weeks or so, has been nuts. Like, I literally saw a pigeon stuck in like the tube system, the underground. And it was the funniest shit because he got in a train and all I could hear as the train departed was screaming.
Oh no!
So that was wild. And then I had a like, what was it? A police officer chase this guy that jumped the barricade instead of paying for the ticket. He tried to like, he didn't go down the staircase. He just like went on the side of it, but he didn't notice that there's these like little signs that stick out to prevent people from sliding down on them. He hit that, fell off on the ground, and he was like, this is all at 7 a.m. by the way. This is not late.
Of course. Why would it not be?
But yeah, London, very pretty place.
Average London experience, to be fair. Just
Went-
London underground.
I was gonna say I went to a really popular, apparently, according to my boss, a really popular and well-known Italian restaurant called, I think it's Circolo Popolare. How's that for?
Circolo popolare.
Yeah, there you go. Is it
There
popular
you go.
circus? Is that what it means?
Circolo means more like circle, as in like a group of people.
Okay.
Not necessarily
As in a
that-
circle of friends, because I was really hoping he was gonna
Yes.
say yes to the circus thing, because I was gonna say it was full
That's
of Italians,
circo.
hence
That's
full of
circo.
clowns.
Fuck off. Fuck off.
Damn, got him.
Damn.
Got him, fucking got him. For those of you who don't know the bit, I'm not xenophobic. I love Italian people because we have
Yeah,
one right here.
You had to clear that one out, right?
I just have to make sure.
You gotta make sure.
Okay, listen.
I have an Italian friend right here. I'm
Right
not
here.
racist.
I don't know
He's
about
got-
friend, but boyfriend. There you go.
Fair.
Ah.
Okay.
Fair.
We're making it official now, DuplEx.
Yeah, we're coming out of the closet.
We're the closet, the whole entire second bedroom, if you will. But yeah, so London's crazy, and in this restaurant, the reason I'm bringing it up is because I got fucking food poisoning from the place.
Oh, I remember seeing that. Yeah.
If I can barge into this, because like I gotta defend my pride as an Italian, right? I gotta defend my people, which are not my people, because Italian restaurant in London is probably just as Italian as like Domino's Pizza. To be fair, like I'm gonna be real with you, Chief. Every Italian restaurant is scamming you out of your money. Like I went to one, like I remember, I think no, it wasn't in London, it was like still in the UK, near Cambridge, and like it was bad. Like they basically had like ramen noodles as pasta, which like
Oh.
if someone walks in and it's Italian, you're like, I'm not paying $50, like $15 for like a platter of
My
home
problem with
shitty
it was
pasta,
that
you know?
it had really the thing is I went with Italian people. Like I went with like so many Italian people, and the week before that we had also gone to an Italian restaurant which was really good. And so when we went there this time, for starters, the restaurant is beautiful. Like it is jaw-droppingly well decorated. It is so pretty, and it's in the center of London. And if you walk around like Soho and central London, you will notice that not everything in there is pretty, okay? But this particular place, the location was really nice, the restaurant was really great, the restaurant staff were amazing, and the food actually wasn't bad, but I got food poisoning from it.
May
And
I
was
ask
like,
what you
the
ate?
fuck?
Like, what platter did you order?
I ate a mushroom carbonara with prosciutto? Prosciutto, there you go.
But yeah, for example, I don't know. It could be that the shrooms weren't cooked properly.
I
or
think
anything.
that's what it was, because I like
could-
eating mushrooms
We don't
on
eat-
like Italian cuisine, but that fucked me over.
We don't put mushrooms in carbonara usually, though. So maybe weird recipe or weird way it was cooked, and you're
I
not
don't
used
know.
to it. It could
I don't
be.
know.
I don't know.
But
Sometimes
yeah,
it happens.
in the meantime, what have you three been up to since the last time we spoke?
Shit, I got an editing job and that's it.
I mean, that was a
How's
big
that for you?
deal.
that was pretty fucking hype seeing it. To be honest,
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, so
Devin says
I
it
have a
should have been
video-
pancetta, not
yeah, it should be pancetta or guanciale, which is essentially to non-connoisseurs is essentially just prosciutto to outsiders. So
I'm just
it-
trying to get him to say something in Italian. He sounds so hot when he says
the
something. in Italian.
prosciutto. My brother in Christ, I'm literally saying ham over and over. I'm just saying variations of the word ham. That can't be hot.
Don't care, it's still sexy.
Just like,
I
God, your legs look like prosciutto.
oh.
Oh
I
my
wish.
god.
I
Wait,
wish.
wait.
Damn.
Damn.
What was I gonna say?
Sorry,
yeah,
I interrupted
so
you, Kiki.
Kiki got a really cool editing job. I don't know if you want to talk about it. You're more than welcome, but if you don't want to, that's fine.
So, there's this dude. Their name is Sunflower Smith, right? This happened like a month ago, where it's just like, hey, I'm gonna apply to work for you may know his name, Alfred. Just like, hey, I
Oh,
want to be
yeah.
an editor for him, right? So I got an email like a few weeks later that's just like, hey, even though you applied for Alfred, I'm gonna make you work for other people, and how about Smith? Because they're pretty cool. They need an editor. So I was just like, oh, fuck it. Yeah, sure.
Shout out. I've seen some of the stuff that you've made, and it's so fucking good. Honestly.
So
So good.
I have a video due like tonight. So after
What the
this
fuck?
podcast,
Why are you here?
I'm just gonna fucking chug like several monsters and then just go.
This is gonna be really interesting. I'm gonna get Kiki fired. I don't want to do this. And, Beari, you've been up to some really cool stuff recently as well.
Oh, have I?
Well, one of the games that you're very passionate about has been remade. Is that correct?
Oh yes. Well, I don't know how many people are interested, but I like farming sims.
I've recently
Farming
picked up Stardew
I-
Valley.
Oh man, I love farming sims. I grew up playing like Harvest Moon games and stuff. So the Story of Seasons, A Wonderful Life remake, that's like A Wonderful Life is one of my favorite games of all time. I don't even care. Like, so I've actually, yeah, that's been really fun. I've been playing that and age regressing, and it's been great. It's been wonderful.
I've been
It's
having
been
a great
lovely.
time watching you play on your channel until the point where you and your in-game partner leave the baby at home by itself.
Mhm.
I thought that was a
Yeah.
bit. I thought that was a bit
What?
fun.
What?
That is
Like-
literally what it is. I'm not joking.
She even has dialogue when you talk to her. She says, "Oh, you're worried about us leaving like your kid at home? Oh, don't worry. Like she's a good little girl. She'll probably just play with her toys while we're gone." That's literally the dialogue.
Oh no!
And I was like,
Fucking
"Oh
hell.
my god, that is
kinda
not how it
fucked
works."
up.
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
As
yeah.
long as they don't make the kid work, I guess that's not as bad as it gets.
Mhm.
You know,
But yeah, so the four of us, we try to hang out, but we busy people. But it's nice when we get to do stuff like this, and I'm happy that I get to like host this kind of stuff and share it with everyone else because I think it's a really nice way of bringing our communities together. I think it's really fun. Also, yes, I was fucking around with the chat, so I'm sorry about that.
I saw that.
But yeah, it is a very pleasurable experience to hang out because at the end of the day, we do this because it's fun. We don't do it for the money. At least I don't. If you guys do it for the money, then I'm sorry, none of you are getting paid, so fuck you.
I was
True,
gonna
yeah,
true.
say.
But yeah, so today we're gonna be talking about a couple of Monster Hunter related titles, and then we're gonna move on to some other stuff. Mainly,
That none of us know about still.
true.
I mean, listen, just trust, okay?
Okay,
Trust.
alright.
So, for starters, title update with the final title update for Sunbreak, which introduced mainly Primordial Malzeno and some other bits and bobs on the side like new events and whatnot. I personally think that, you know, just to kick this off, I think Primordial Malzeno was the perfect way to finish Sunbreak. A lot of people were throwing fits about not having a black dragon. For those of you who don't know, black dragons are basically extremely powerful elder dragons. They have stuff like Fatalis, Alatrion. They are the guys that basically come into an ecosystem and fuck the whole thing up. And this time around, we didn't have one. We had Primordial Malzeno. Now, I could explain about Primordial Malzeno, but I have a whole dedicated video to it, and I would like to ask anyone of my beautiful guests, or friends rather, because guests sounds a bit too formal, if any of you guys would like to introduce Primordial Malzeno.
I haven't fought him.
I haven't fought him either.
Oh my
No,
lord.
I literally haven't fought him either.
The
I haven't
DuplEx.
I haven't played Rye in like months, like 3
we
months.
literally
We hunted
same.
them together, so it should. I at least know what's going on.
Okay, I did watch gameplay of it. I saw all of it. Like I thought it was beautiful. I think it was the perfect way to wrap up Sunbreak. And I mean, most of you know, but maybe you don't know. Like Rise was my first Monster Hunter game ever. So like, for me, I don't give a fuck about a black dragon or whatever. Like I thought it was a great way to end Sunbreak. But
True.
yeah, I
the
haven't
Black
actually
Dragon.
played it.
Honestly, I'm kind of fucking tired of seeing the same 4 dragons over and over for the end game. Like,
If I see Fatalis' bitch ass one more time, it's over. It's over.
The thing is, right? I'm gonna say it right now. So basically, the whole story. If you haven't played Title Update 6 and you don't want spoilers, by the way, although it has been a while, and I think it's past the time that I give spoiler warnings for the end of Sunbreak, do not watch this. Go off. like close the
Take
stream,
off.
go play the game, come back. There
Come
will
back
be this
later.
podcast is literally going to be recorded and it's going to be posted on YouTube later, so it's fine. So what I'm gonna say, like his entire premise is that this entire time I like Malzeno. He was my favorite monster in Sunbreak. I thought he was really cool, but I was just like, he's a cool monster. Valstrax is still around, but he's my number one. But Malzeno's pretty cool. Turns out that Malzeno was actually Primordial Malzeno itself is low key what would be a regular Malzeno.
The primordial
Which is
form.
kind of terrifying.
Which is scary as fuck, because this guy is the whole story about Primordial Malzeno is quite Western cultured sort of folklore, if you will, oriented. Which is Primordial Malzeno is much bigger and larger than a traditional Malzeno. He is much shinier, and his theme is around a knight theme. So he uses his wings like swords, shields, he uses his tail like a spear, and it really reflects upon his fight and all of that. Now, basically, he keeps the natural balance because he comes over to the Citadel and he kills all the Creo because, they're trying to fuck up the entire ecosystem. And basically, a long time ago, pardon, the whole legend that people were going on in Elgato was that they had Malzeno and Geismagorm fighting over territory, which is what destroyed the Citadel, which is not true. Actually, it was Primordial Malzeno trying to kill the Creo and sending Geismagorm back to the depths of the Citadel of
Easy
hell.
to protect.
Oh, fails.
He's a protector. He's a protector of the natural balance, and this entire time we didn't know. So I thought it was a really cool plot point because no one here plays Monster Hunter for the story, but it was a good story.
True. Yeah.
True, but like if I may like join, and I think this is like a topic that like we can all discuss, since even people that didn't fight Malzeno, Primordial Malzeno, is that Sunbreak did something in Monster Hunter which is incredible, which I haven't seen in previous Monster Hunters, which is being able to essentially not tell a story but set a mood for the fight. Like any other Monster Hunter wouldn't be able to. Like the hunt where you fight like the first Lunagaron, which is afflicted, that fight. That fight was super fucking cool, right? Because like you
That
see all
might
the
have been
dead
like my
monsters.
favorite quest of the game. Honestly.
Yeah, literally
Yeah.
no music and everything, and kind of Primordial has that same vibe where like you're not really like interested about the story and how it's gonna go, but you're interested about like the vibe that that hunt is giving you, right? How you feel during the hunt, which is something that Monster Hunter is like improving a lot on, right? Lately, that's what I've noticed with Sunbreak.
They are doing that
Also
a
the-
lot. Sorry, Kiki, go on.
Yeah, like also the fact that like I'm pretty sure like no other monsters show up the first time you fight him, so it's just like you are
Yeah.
just focused on this one guy. That's it. That's pretty cool, honestly.
Yeah, it's just you and him, and Furain. Furain's there too. I think.
Oh yeah, of course.
Sunbreak has definitely done a really good job at implementing more story and implementing the characters. Like, we actually try to give a shit now. Because they don't force it like they did with the fucking handler. So, it's a good job that they actually implement the characters in a more natural way to the narrative.
And like the characters have names.
Yes,
Nice.
yes.
Finally.
Thank you.
Fucking
Finally.
thank you. Like, a huge
Yeah.
point. But yeah, Primordial Malzeno is really cool. I mainly love him so much because, come on, a knight-themed Elder Dragon, and him and I have very similar color palettes.
I love the color palette. Yeah, it's a very cool
it's
color palette.
so good.
He's
I
so
love
pretty.
it.
He's really pretty.
Yeah, he
And-
really is so pretty.
And in the fight, it changes quite a lot because he goes from like looking like this noble knight dragon to a fucking demon because he gets possessed by the Curio for a while.
I'll say like the first time I saw Primordial's like final form was like a few hours earlier when you were fighting him. I was just like, damn.
What the fuck is that?
What the fuck?
It's like he becomes a risen elder
Risen.
dragon
Yeah,
throughout
it's a
the
risen
fight,
monster.
and it's very scary. But he's a really good fight. I know Kiki and Beari haven't fought him yet, but he's a very good mixture of how difficult he is and how fun he is. So he's a really cool fight, in my opinion.
I think the thing he does really well is pushing the mechanics of Monster Hunter to their limits, right? Like in Ward, when you were fighting Fatalis at the end of the game, like you had to make use of everything you could. Like you could use the slinger, you had to use the turret, like you need to use the mantles and like wall bounce him. You had to like use all the skills you learned throughout the game. And same thing is with Primordial. You gotta parry his attacks, but not get too greedy, wirefall and stuff like that. It's a lot of like all the stuff you learned that it puts them to the test, like all of them together, and it makes it like a really fucking good fight.
Yeah, it was actually insane. I really liked the fight, and I thought the cutscenes were just the icing on top of the cake, because the first time you hunt him, you don't actually kill him, you repel him. So he, basically the story is, you see him in an initial cutscene before the hunt. He arrives in the Citadel, he sees a bunch of Curio, he starts killing them, and they start fighting. It's hard because he's this massive dragon, and Curio are fucking tiny, but there's hundreds of them. So, you know, they overwhelm him quite easily. So during the hunt, you see that process. If he's fighting you, and simultaneously he's fighting off the Curio. At some point, he becomes almost like possessed by the Curio, if you will. And then when you kill him, quote unquote, it cuts to another cutscene where he is still fighting the Curio, but this time around, you and Fiorane kill the Curio, not him.
That was so beautiful.
It was
such a beautiful
so
moment.
cool.
I cried. I was watching your stream actually, and I cried.
Really?
Yeah, that was the first time I'd seen it.
It was beautiful.
And I was like,
It was pretty.
when Fiorane cried too at the end, I was like weeping. I was like, what the hell? I can't handle this.
It was really nice. It was really
Yeah.
nice. I really liked it. I thought it was a really good way to kind of summarize it. The only thing that really sucks about this monster, if you want me to be honest, is the fact that he's so good that we're probably not going to see him for a while, if ever again. But
Like, I don't know about that.
I would
though.
assume, yeah, it's just like a one and done situation.
No, but not necessarily. Like, I think that if Capcom realizes that we really like the Primordial version, like, I saw someone making a point that, like, Gormagala shouldn't have come back, right? Because, like, it's not the same if you don't have the storyline of the frenzy, right? But at the same time, they brought him back because people just know he's a cool monster and, like, people like to see him. So the same thing could be for Malzeno. Like, they just bring him back and maybe they make it like a mix of the two, a bit of Primordial and a bit of standard Malzeno.
I would
They could
like
do
that. I would like that. And plus, like, Primordial Malzeno has some insane turf wars.
Yeah,
he
true.
has some
With
sick
Volcano, the
turf
Volcano
wars.
one, it's fucking sick.
It
I'll
like
be sure to look at that.
it's so cool. The one with Volcana is my favorite. But that's one thing, by the way, we're going to talk about this later on, but we're like the one thing that I really like about Malzeno is that he has a really well implemented theme. Like, he's not just the way that he fights is very elegant, very precise. And you can tell that's because he's used to hunting things that are so fucking tiny that he needs to be precise, otherwise what's he doing, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, so overall, incredible bonus title update. I think he was a great way to close it. Now I'm just going to address this right now. I think everyone here needs to talk about it one last time. Stop whinging about not having a fucking black dragon in the end of Monster
We were
Hunter
talking-
Fatalis! Fuck Fatalis! I
Thank you.
hate him so much.
The thing I hate about like the Fatalis fanboys is that they just fought him in Iceborne, right? So like you just had that experience, and it was perfect as a way to end Iceborne, right? But then you just kind of want him again in Sunbreak, which doesn't make sense to me. And the worst part is that like it's like hunting the same monster because it's in the same gen and it's
Exactly.
more or less the same vibe. Right?
What's the point? Doesn't it get boring? Like, why do you need to hunt him so fucking often?
I get it.
Speaking
If, like,
of boring, oh, go ahead, dude.
sorry, if they were to bring back Dire Morales, like I would get that because it's a monster with quite like the impact when it comes to story, but like it's a completely different monster with a completely different fight and ecology and everything. But like if you put Fatalis, it just becomes like it's there for the sake of being there. It's like it becomes pointless.
I'm gonna like rebound off of that. Just seeing all these people like expect to see Fatalis at the end of every game, like that just feels like a way to just kill the hype for like any future updates.
It makes it less special. Do you want me to tell you something? You know why shit like this is special? Because it doesn't happen often. Because if you get shit like this happening all the time, it gets boring real
it's
quick.
So boring. There's literally a law of diminishing returns.
Yeah, it's very very simple. Like it's a simple principle. I understand. Like I've said this in so many of my videos for so many different monsters. Like even when Velkhana came out, and I was like, would I have chosen Velkhana to be in Sunbreak? No, because I think Velkhana did a fantastic job in Iceborne where it needed to be. I don't. It wasn't my favorite monster. I liked it, but I didn't think that she needed to come back. But when when Velkhana came back, I didn't look at it and go, oh, you know what? Like Monster Hunter just is like the Capcom team just isn't even trying. Like it isn't the same. Like it's not meant to be the fucking same. It's an entirely different game with entirely different mechanics, and that's why I was. But the thing is, that's the second show up. That's not the third or fourth or fifth. That's the second time Velkhana shows up in the game.
Yeah, and she got overshadowed in Iceborne a bit. I'll be honest. It kind of felt like that, at least in my opinion.
And the thing is, listen, I understand the being let down of not seeing your favorite monster. I totally do. I've said this in my Primordial Malzeno video, and I don't say it as like I joke around a lot, but let me tell you something for real right now. I'm gonna be a bit disappointed that we're probably not gonna be seeing Primordial Malzeno for a while. He's a night-themed Elder Dragon. He's like the fucking perfect monster for me, okay? Like him and Valstrax are literally tied for #1 right now. And they're both in Sunbreak. They're probably not gonna be showing up for ages. And that's fine. That's fine, because I just had a really good experience with them, and that's what fucking matters. Like, I don't want... If I'm telling you one thing, right? If Valstrax is in the next game, I'm probably gonna get bored. Because he's gonna be in 3 fucking titles in a row, pretty much. Like GU, Sunbreak, and then whatever Monster Hunter 6 is called. Like, and I want to get someone's perspective in here that's very interesting, because me, Kiki, and DuplEx have all played Monster Hunter games before. However, this was... Barry's first Monster
Hunter. Yeah.
True.
And although you've been to World and Iceborne, Beari, and you have not fought Fatalis, like, you haven't fought Fatalis, have you?
No.
Does Malzeno, like, what does the whole thing about Malzeno? Does anything about him bother you? And I'm not saying this like, oh, fucking, I dare you to talk shit. Like, I genuinely want to know.
I mean, no. No, I like Malzeno. Like I said earlier, I think Primordial Malzeno is like a perfect way to end Sunbreak because it wraps up the story. Like they actually made a story and they wrapped up the story. Like, so it's like, I don't know. For me, that's just a nice little tied bow on the ending. Like we can just let Sunbreak go.
Yeah, just
listen.
Thank you, Beari, for saying it.
Thank you, Beari.
I will say though, Logic mentioned GOG Mazios in the chat, and I think I never played. I'm sorry, I don't remember which game they.
I don't know which one it is.
For Ultimate.
For Ultimate. Okay, I never actually played for Ultimate, but I have seen like gameplay of a lot of other like Monster Hunter games like Frontier and for Ultimate and GU and stuff. And GOG Mazios is like hands down one of the coolest like monsters I've ever seen.
The
like,
giant,
so
what's
cool.
his title? The giant halberd dragon. You cannot you cannot have a title like that and not have the dong the size of a bus. Like, I'm sorry.
Like, I farmed that lad so bad back in For Ultimate, and like
I think it would have been cool to see.
It's legit. I was hoping it would come back in Ward because I imagined him to be perfect for like Safijiva style sieges because he's such a huge.
He's so
monster.
Massive, right?
He's so massive, and he feels huge, right? But in general, like the moment where he goes in second phase, and I think if someone played For Ultimate in chat, you probably know. In second phase, you see this giant fucking thing fly. He just starts flying, and you're like, "Holy shit!"
It's so cool. It's so
one of those
massive.
It's
like
one of those
wings?
moments that you're like,
He's
wow,
so cool.
that's so cool because like you don't. It's kind of like when Nakarkus shows his body, right?
Yep.
It's like, oh, that's not his actual face. Yeah.
Like you don't expect it, and that's what I love. That's also why I love Safijiva so much.
Exactly. I was just about to talk about Safijiva, but go on.
Because Safi, it's so like I'm just gonna go crazy over Safi. So like you're opening up Pandora's box because he's my favorite fight ever. But like I think he's like, for example, like a great essentially black dragon because like let's say he's essentially like a black dragon.
His story itself is fucking amazing. He's basically born from like absorbing energy,
bioenergy.
And
he's just like.
He's a fucking... He literally put the Tesla charger up his ass when he was born, and he was just... He's like,
you know what? He's so cool because of it.
Yep.
Yeah. Like, the thing is, like, the moment you go in the last layer, you're able to push through the first 2 layers after a few hunts, and you see him glow up, and Proof of a Hero starts mixing up with his theme. Like, holy shit, this is peak Monster Hunter. It's 16 hunters against a giant red dragon that looks like Smog. It's perfect.
This is really bad of me because I don't know the name of the channel, but there's a channel out there that has done an amazing video of explaining the lore and logic behind every single monster in World and Iceborne and explaining their role in the ecology. Because that's what Monster Hunter is. Monster Hunter ain't about the fucking hunter.
I'm
It's
such
about...
a nerd for the ecology.
It's so good. Monster Hunter ain't about the hunter. It's about the monsters, okay? But the thing is, this guy does a fucking... I'm so mad that I don't know.
Is it Chronopinoy?
I don't know, dude. I really don't remember the video, but he made like a fucking hour long or something, like a stupidly long video, super detailed on its like the ecology of all the monsters in Sunbreak, World and Iceborne. And when he talks about Elatrion and Safi'jiiva and Fatalis, motherfucker gave me he gave me chills. It was so good. It's one of the best pieces of Monster Hunter content I've ever seen, and he does it really well. Because the thing about Safi'jiiva is that first time you fought him, it was Xeno'jiiva. It was a newborn baby. You fucking killed a baby elder dragon the size of a fucking building.
Killed the infants.
You kill the child. Child spotted, pitbull go. Like, that's you in World's base story, right? And when you then realize there was another one, you didn't get to him in time. He's an adult now. You're fucked. You're doomed. Because his one attack... What's his final attack called?
A Sapphire of the Emperor, which
there you go.
is so fucking dope.
Damn!
It's like this guy just tweaks the most fucking... Like, the most... the most bait thing possible, and he just drops it. Like, it's so funny that he powers up like a madman, and then all you see is this tiny little droplet come out of his mouth, and it's like they just dropped the fucking hydrogen bomb on you.
I love the sound it does. Like, all the sound just go completely like empty. Like,
Ooh, I want to nerd about sound design so bad in that
sound
game.
design is
Literally.
so fucking good.
It's
Like,
Literally. Can I hold on? I need to give chat a bit of a window here. First of all, Mick has said something really, really like good, which he says Amatsu gave an ending to Kimura's story, and Primordial did for Elgato. So that's such a good point. They wrapped it up. Now, second thing is, I would like to say Tikam Shark is in the chat. Tikam Shark, please, you're amazing. I love your content. If one of the mods could post this link, I'd be really appreciative. By all means. And I would also just give a quick shout out to wait, hold on, where is it? To Logic for saying, just like Bloodborne, the goal of the game was to commit infanticide, because that is hilarious.
True.
That is hilarious. Louder for the people in the back, my dude. But
eventually.
the point here being is that you don't need a fucking you don't need a black dragon. I was gonna say big black dragon, but I think everyone's gonna make fun.
I just giggled because I noticed you dodged that bullet, but then you just walked back into it.
Nah, I own it. You know, it's literally it's not even.
I wouldn't want to own it if I were you.
Base for owning up to it.
But like, I don't think people that ask for that, like, I get you. You want to see your favorite monster, but you just saw them. You just fucking saw them.
Yeah, like, if anything, wouldn't you want it to be like a brand new, like, original monster? Like, wouldn't you want it to be a new black dragon?
I want it to be stuff like Safi, which is completely new, and it
Completely
feels like a new
different.
experience.
An
Like,
alien,
it's like its own thing. It's like native to
like a completely new
Sunbreak. Like,
experience. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
It's just
like-
something that you need to kind of it's something that evokes the thrill of playing Monster Hunter, which is something that you don't know. Like, it's the biggest, most exciting moment of a hunt is when you just starting to learn about the monster that you're fighting that you've never seen before, rather than like I said, when Valstrax popped up as a Crimson Glow Valstrax, yeah, he has a couple of new moves. I was super excited, like, genuinely super excited. And when he got a Risen version, I was even more so. But I knew who he was. I know what he does. There's a couple of new things here and there, but when I walked into Safi'jiiva, I was like, God damn, it's sucking off the floor. How? Like, he literally is like a Tesla. He just takes in energy from anywhere. But anyway, that's like our rant. Unless I think maybe
Also,
you guys have something else to say
I
on this?
just wanted to say something super quick. Also consider that, like, this is like a very small part of the community, right? It's like very vocal part of the community, but the people that complain about the black dragons and all that type of stuff, it's usually there are like, yeah, there are people that are disappointed, like the Monster Hunter World 2 fans, you're right, but
Oh boy! Oh god!
Oh boy.
but like, you know, it's like a few people that are like, they're very vocals about their dislikings of the new monsters, but they're not like, luckily the Monster Hunter community, it's fucking based, like they're a crazy good community and they're super nice. As someone that has been in a lot of communities with a lot of remixes, the Monster Hunter community, it's still like incredibly good. And
I
like,
back this up. As someone
Yeah.
who played Counter-Strike, Call of Duty, and League of Legends, I can fucking tell you,
no.
the Monster
Oh,
Hunter
no.
community is heaven. It's heaven.
It's a breath of fresh air.
It's heaven. But I think that's on the whole topic of Title Update 6, I think we can all agree it was made just as it should have been. Primordial Malzeno was incredible. I love that monster. Thank you so much
Oh,
for
yeah.
the Monster Hunter team. By the
Yeah.
way,
thank you, Capcom.
making it a bonus update, you guys are legends. I don't think anyone
Despite
here
how angry I was.
literally though, Kiki was like, just let it. I agree though, like the game had to end. It was coming on like 3 years. It was time to stop, take a break, and move on to the next big thing, which we're gonna talk about soon. But it's more about, let's just be happy with what we get, because when you're that petty and you're not, oh, I didn't get my favorite monster, oh, they didn't take, you can even argue perhaps that wasn't the best ending in your opinion. That's fine. My point is, if you're being so petty to the point where all you say is, oh, I would like it to have been this, and they didn't even try, like, you're just losing out on an incredible experience. And that's my point. Not to tell you that you're wrong, but to tell you that your interpretation could possibly make you lose out on something that would make you have a lot of fun.
Also,
Simple.
you're wrong.
Also, you're
Yeah.
wrong. L
Also,
plus
you're
ratio.
wrong.
You come off as a loser.
A loser.
Now
Monster
with-
Hunter Rage user.
With that in mind, right? It's time I talk about what we have, because I think that everyone in the chat, for the most part, is done with Monster Hunter for a while. We're going on a Monster Hunter break. I'm basically not touching Sunbreak. I think I've done everything I wanted to do. I don't want to do Krios grinding. I can't stand it anymore. I've had my
I
fun.
literally can't. I literally can't
No
do it.
more. No
Barry,
more.
Like,
Barry and I are
Boss, I'm
about to go
tired.
fucking wild, man. Now, we've had this conversation like 5 times, and every single time we talk about it, it's I think everyone's here is taking a break, so I wanted to know, not just limited to you guys here with me, but also the chat, what have you guys been doing? And I'm gonna open up with my point because it's the quickest and probably most boring. I picked up my PlayStation 2 from my grandmother's house back in January. I don't know how it was still there. I found it when I visited her. And ever since, I bought myself quite a few different games, so I'm just going to throw them out real quick. Star Wars The Clone Wars, and Star Wars Battlefront 1, the original. Also, Spartan Total Warrior, and this other game called Monster Hunter. Yes, the original.
Oh no.
Oh,
no.
So
I heard
I've
it's
been...
pretty bad.
Oh, and Jack 3 as well. I've been playing Jack 3.
Oh, isn't
for
that the
the-
bad one?
No, it's a good game. It's a really good game.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so... And I've also... DuplEx also got me back into Titanfall 2.
Hell yeah.
But I think I'm gonna let DuplEx talk more about that. But yeah, I've been going back to a bit retro, playing on my PlayStation 2. Because my girlfriend and I, like, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm gonna open my heart real quick for you guys. When I brought back my PlayStation 2, I named these games that I was thinking of getting. She bought them all. And not only that,
Queen.
she turned around
Queen.
to me and she said, "Can I play Battlefront 1 with you?" I fucking cried.
So
I-
based.
I'm not
That's a
lying.
love her. She is a queen.
I'm not
Queen.
lying. I fucking cried.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
you-
I cried. I was like, that is... I need
So
to
sweet.
get that ring as soon as possible.
For
Like,
real. You do.
but holy shit, yeah. But that's what I've been doing. I've been taking a break from, just I haven't been playing much Monster Hunter. I've been playing GU. I went back to GU, but you guys know that I've been streaming it, and I've been playing with loads of people. It's been so much fucking fun, and it's been a breath of fresh air because I like the pace of GU more than Sunbreak. But enough about what I've been doing. I want to hear what Barry's been doing, because Barry's been going through quite a few games, and I've been really interested in them, but I haven't had the chance to play any of them.
Oh well, mostly, to be honest, I've been pretty busy. So Like when I have time to play games, mostly I'm playing on stream. So I've been playing like Tears of the Kingdom, which
Yeah.
everyone's probably kind of playing Tears of the Kingdom. But if you haven't and you're like a Zelda fan, I definitely recommend it. It's a really amazing game. And if you're like on the internet reading comments about the game, people saying they don't like the story, people saying the game is dumb, just stop fucking reading that. Just
Shut the
literally
fuck up.
stop fucking reading that.
Isn't
They're
it one of like
idiots.
the highest
They're
rated
literally
Switch
fucking
games?
idiots.
Yeah.
Like it is okay, it's my
But there's
opinion, but it's
there's
also
always
objectively
those.
true that it is the best Zelda game ever made. Like y'all can fight me. Like
Honestly, yeah.
I don't care. Like it is actually the best Zelda game ever made. Like
I'm a Twilight Princess fanboy because like I love the edgy look of it, and I know that's super biased, but like objectively speaking, and as in terms of fun, raw fun, it's the best game. Yeah, I
yeah.
agree.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And like don't get me wrong cuz I'm like right there with you. Like Twilight Princess is like I think Twilight Princess is the Zelda game that I've 100%ed like the most times. So obviously like there's so many Zelda games, it's hard to be like objectively one way or another.
And they're
like,
also different too.
yeah, they're all so
Mhm.
different. That's the thing, and they all have like, I mean, it's the same formula you could say, but they all have their own like unique story, unique characters, and all the Zelda games are beautiful and amazing for what they are. But Tears of the Kingdom a is a cook, y'all. Like y'all need to play it if you haven't. And honestly, when I hear people hating on it, like whatever, y'all can have your opinion, that's fine. But when I hear people hating on it, I'm just like, did you play it yet? Like, have you played it
Yeah.
yet though? Because what I hear is you regurgitating people who have their like reservations about
Bro,
it. That's what I
don't stop
hear.
fucking listening to what your favorite creator says if you don't know about it. Just stop. Like that's one
literally.
thing that I've been seeing that I'm just like people just mimic whatever the hell the creators they like say, and it's so cringe. Like fucking disagree with them. If they're a good creator and they like they like the interaction and treasure it, they're gonna agree with you. Like
I
they're
want you
just
to
gonna go,
roast me, roast me.
Please do not copy me. Of all people, do not copy.
I've heard really good things about Tears of the Kingdom. I've never played a Zelda game in my life, so
Ooh,
all I know
boy.
is that
Really?
Princess
Oh my
Zelda
God.
is thick as fuck. And
Simp.
She's low key thick for like no reason.
yeah,
That's
literally
true.
though. But I've never played a Legend of Zelda game, ever, not a single one. And even
Ooh,
if
I
I
need to
have
do
never
it.
played it, I could tell you straight away that a game like this doesn't get the titles and awards that it's gonna get without like this game is gonna be a strong competitor for Game of the Year. It's
Oh,
for
yeah,
sure.
absolutely.
It's gonna
And
be
it's
insane.
I think it will
gonna
probably win. Like
It's,
I know Final Fantasy 16 came out, and that's like gonna be like a pretty hot contender for it. But I'm pretty
Nah.
sure.
listen,
I'm
I'm
pretty sure.
not
I
a
could be on
chance.
Copium and say Armored Core 6 is gonna win, but
Oh,
it's
true.
not.
I'm
It's
even on more
fucking
copium.
not.
I'm
feel
on
like-
Hi-Fi Rush. Hi-Fi
I
Rush. I'm
feel-
on even more
Okay,
copium.
Hi-Fi Rush my dick and balls against something like this. That
I
come
literally
on.
Don't you
can't.
fucking dare
What?
diss my
It's
favorite
cool.
game.
It looks so cool.
It
What
looks
the
such a
hell?
good. It looks good, but let's
No,
be
no,
like
no, no,
just
no,
like
no,
I
no, no.
said, let's be realistic against Tears of the Kingdom, my guy.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
even
yeah.
even
Yeah,
me
yeah.
loving like Armored Core 6 before it's even released. Let's be
You
real.
never know.
Dude, no,
You
I
never
agree.
know.
I agree. I'm just saying, like, I like that a game came out of nowhere and it looks like that, and it's so cool. Like, that's all I'm saying. I know
And
it's not
like,
gonna win.
Loved too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's loved. Yeah, it's a game you feel the love they put into it. That's all I'm saying. And I know it's not gonna win against the Final Fantasy 16, against Zelda Breath of the Wild, but
Tears of the
still,
Kingdom.
Tears of the Kingdom. Sorry, my bad.
I keep calling it Breath of the Wild, so it's right.
Yeah,
I
but
think
Wild
it's either gonna. I
Tomb.
think it's either gonna be Final Fantasy 16 or Breath fucking Tears
Yeah.
of the
Oh my
Kingdom.
god.
Tears of the
By
Kingdom.
the way, has anyone here played Dot Hack?
Played the.
Dot Hack? No
I
one?
have not. No.
Oh, okay. I've been playing Dot Hack. That's the only other thing.
Oh,
I
okay.
gotta look that up.
Me too.
It's
I
so
don't even.
good.
I don't even know. That
I don't
game.
even know
I'm
what
gonna-
that is. I'm
gonna
sorry.
be honest. Also,
Okay.
I'm seeing some fucking blasphemy in the chat asking me to say that HINOA is not the best waifu. I will fight you. I will literally
True.
fight you.
True though.
I will kill DuplEx. DuplEx.
Dude,
Duplex.
fucking fight me, dude. We gotta do this live.
Duplex.
we gotta do this live.
Duplex. It was statistically proven that she was the #1 follower. Sit
you-
your Italian
I
ass down, okay?
I'm just
The
gonna say,
statistics.
they bring her with them on their hunts because they have skill issue and they want people to heal her, right? They just pick her because she's the healer.
Who brings?
You know that?
Who are you into? Who are you into?
I'm into Minoto.
Who brings
And
Minoto out on a hunt? Nobody. That's why. Okay, moving on.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, actually, main one is Tsutsushi, but aside from that, Minoto.
Yeah, not even you pick her. You motherfucker.
Anyways, I hate women. I love Bahari.
No. Yeah. I'm just gonna say I'm not gay, but I like Utsushi's abs and just.
I'm not gay, but the good classic. Ophelia, are you in the
if
chat?
you need to clarify that.
Not gay, but heard that one.
Not gay
before.
butt. Not gay butt.
Anyway, that little side, we need to turn that into a fucking episode on itself.
Legit.
Just
Just
like
Oh,
just
oh,
a
no.
Waifu
fucking
rambling.
waifu war. Putting Ophelia in here and just go wild. Anyway, Duplex, what have you been playing? Actually, no, fuck you. For that comment, you go last. Kiki, what have you been playing?
Fuck?
You know, I've also been playing Tears of the Kingdom. I think it's a pretty good game. I'm trying to think of other stuff that I've been meaning to get into. Let me just look. Oh, Pikmin. Oh my fucking god. I rekindled my love for the Pikmin
Is it because
series now
Pikmin 4 is coming out?
that and also 1 and 2 got released.
Oh,
So, you
yes.
know.
Yes.
So
Oh,
I have
true.
the money now to just like buy like the first 3, and then in a week when 4 comes out, I can just buy that. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing that.
Oh yeah, your girlfriend called you red-handed, jackass. Now go on, defend yourself.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
No.
Yeah.
She knows. Like we fight for Utsushi. Like when we're playing Monster Hunter, it's like who gets to sit closer to Utsushi when we're
Oh my
playing. So
God.
it's fine. It's natural. It's part of the relationship.
You guys are so cute. Anyway, we move. So Pikmin. Anything else, Kiki? Anything else you've been exploring?
Let me
You
think.
played
There's
some
been-
GU with me. You've been carrying me through GU.
We gotta play some more GU. I'm gonna
I
be real.
really want to play more GU.
Yeah.
So for those of you who don't know, I was streaming some Sunbreak before the podcast section of the stream, and I was literally putting all inputs as I was playing GU, and it turned out really bad. I died.
It be damned.
It be
Coming
damned.
from an old world player, just like switching into Rise. Oh my god, I could not survive for like the first 2 months.
I can't, man. It's so like because I like the pace of the older Monster Hunter titles so much more. Then it's not like Rise and Sunbreak are bad at all. I love it, but fuck me, it's like you have to
Just say it. It's fucking clunky. Say it. Say
not-
it. It's clunky.
Ooh,
It's
I
clunky.
can't handle these controls. Oh,
It's objectively no. I'm saying
Wait,
as
wait,
someone
wait,
that
wait.
played 4 Ultimate. I played 4 Ultimate. I played GU. It's fucking clunky compared to Rise and Ward. I'm not saying it's bad.
Okay.
I'm just saying it's
I
different.
thought you were saying for a second that Rise was clunky, and I was like,
No.
I was like, no.
Coach, come on, not that fucking.
Barry's claws were coming out.
Dude, I was
Your
about to
ass
come for
got
you.
lucky.
I was like
Your
literally
ass
about to
got
come for you.
lucky as fuck.
No, but it's.
I was
simply-
like, from playing Rise and then going to World, do not even come to me about clunky.
Yeah. No, I agree, but go ahead. Sorry.
Rise is. I was just gonna say Rise is really polished, but I think that's as fast as Monster Hunter Combat should get. I don't think it's any
Yeah.
faster, and we're playing Devil May Cry.
Oh,
which,
God.
If I wanted to play Devil May Cry, I'd fucking play Devil May Cry. But you know, I it's not bad. I still think Rise and Sunbreak did incredible leaps and bounds, like progress to improve combat.
Mhm.
But any
Mhm.
faster, and it becomes problematic in my eyes. Like Monster Hunter starts becoming something a bit different. I don't know. Maybe Capcom's cooking something that can prove me completely wrong. But at this point in time, I prefer old style Monster Hunter, like combat, like the one in World and Iceborne and the one in GU. With a bit more variety and also not as much emphasis as just zipping around all the time, because that shit
I
gets,
think Word is different from old gen, though. That's why I'm doing the
Yeah.
distinction of it's
Mhm.
clunky. Because I think,
Mhm.
like, even if I play Word and then I get
well,
back
World
to
is
GU,
not old gen. World is Gen 5.
yeah, but like, I mean, like, even though it's clunky compared to Rise, that's what I'm saying. Like GU, it's not clunky per se, but it's clunky compared to Ward and GU and Rise, right? It feels slower. You got a lot of more recovery. You can dodge after the attack.
Coincidentally, Duplex, one of my fucking topics today is going to be about Gen 5 Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
But before we do that,
I didn't want to get too much into it on
I
purpose,
actually have a topic that I want to talk to you guys about, which is games that we're looking for, because we're talking about what we've been playing. But actually, that's low-key rude of me. DuplEx actually didn't get to talk about what he had been playing. So,
Fucking bitch.
so we'll just do that right now. So DuplEx, what have you been playing recently?
I've been playing, as you mentioned earlier, I've been playing Titanfall 2 a bit with you, and with other people. It's been pretty fucking
Oh,
fun.
dude, Titanfall 2 fucking
I've
so
I've
much
also
fun.
been getting
It's been
back.
so much fun.
So fun. It's such a good game.
We need to make a video on it. It's
Legit.
like Titanfall 2 with friends is the funny. You know what? Because you telling me that, right? I turned around to one of my friends, his name's Cameron, and I turned around to him and I was like, dude, we have to play it. He's like, no fucking way you found a way to play Titanfall 2 again. I was like, oh, I didn't, but
Oh,
someone
hell
did.
yeah.
And him and I have been losing it. It's been so much fun.
Because it's such a good game. It's such a shame it didn't get the recognition.
Yeah, the
it
fact
deserves.
that Titanfall 3 might never be a thing is a fucking
It's
cardinal
not
sin.
gonna be a thing. And
It's
I'm
a
sorry
sin,
about that.
dude.
Yeah.
It's a sin. Titanfall 2 is literally one of my favorite games ever.
Yeah.
But anyway, we've been doing that. And what else have you been doing?
I've been obsessed with the mech genre. Aside from Titanfall, I've been playing most of the Armored Core games again.
You're
Just-
prepping for Armored Core 6,
I'm prepping
aren't
for
you?
Armored Core 6 like crazy bad because I need it. I literally need it. Injected into my veins.
It's perfect. After that fucking gameplay reveal came out, bro, I watched it with pants down. Like,
And,
I
like-
was
My God.
Gallons lost.
Lately, just
Literally.
like a few days ago, I picked up Near Replicant, and I'm
really good game. Really good.
I really can't wait to get into it because it
So
looks so
good.
fucking good.
Dude,
It looks
Replicant
amazing.
is so good. It's so
I know, I know.
I've just recently done the first ending. It's so fucking good. But
I can't wait.
actually, that segues perfectly because I wanted to talk about the games that we're looking for. This one's going to be quite brief because I know that everyone in chat and everyone here is probably looking towards sometimes similar games, but also different. Like, me and DuplEx are going to go fucking E-date in Armored Core 6 like there's no tomorrow. And I'm also going to be stealing Beari's boyfriend for a solid 2 to 3 months.
What if we kiss in the
in the fucking
Armored Core?
in the Armored
The
Core.
fucking- What if we kiss in the arena? Just kidding. Unless
I literally Barry would be like, so I was trying to reach Zare, and I was like, oh, hold on, let me just DM him about Armored Core.
Listen,
he replies
all
real
Hey,
fucking
babe, how
quick.
you
He
doing?
wake the fuck up,
literally-
pilot.
He literally responds so fast. Okay. The only thing I will let me just say the only things I just want to be able to watch you play.
That's okay. I'm definitely gonna be
able to
creating
watch you
content
play.
on it.
Because he was like straight up not I was like, I'm literally not even gonna hear from you for like a month when it comes out. I know it. I'm like dreading August.
You can be
Jesus.
my +1 into the gaming sessions. I'll bring you in.
Okay.
I mean,
gonna
the
be
thing
like the
is
back-
like Armored Core is one of those revivals that is like, whoa, how? Like, this is a very old game. I played
Came
4
out
and
of
4
nowhere.
Answer, and it was like one of my best mech games. Like, it was very funny because it was very clunky, but it was such a good game. And when I saw Armored Core 6, I was like, dude, it's like the child in me was like, dude, look at this. I wish
we're
I
back.
I'm
could
honestly-
just.
Mhm.
I'm
I'm honestly considering picking it up.
It's
'Cause
gonna
I've never
be.
played an
so-
Armored Core game.
it's
If you like
it's a bit
Elden
of a
Ring,
yeah.
I do
if
like
you like
Elden
Elden
Ring.
Ring, like the thing is, like, if you did like Elden Ring and stuff,
Oh
It's from
god!
Sound,
Oh
right?
god! DuplEx, we're diving into a hole here. Have you seen Fighting Cowboy roast the shit out of Rurikon for saying that it was gonna be like
no. Like, look, I've seen every single fucking podcast about Armored Core 6 on this earth. My man, I'm a fucking encyclopedia right now about that game. I downloaded the wiki database directly into my brain, but like the whole Souls debate is very complex. It's a completely different style of game, but like,
I think people overcomplicated it because it's like it's
you
the,
can
it's
feel-
from
you
the
can
same
feel it's a-
people.
you can feel it's a FromSoft game, right?
Yeah,
You can feel
exactly.
it's a FromSoft
You can-
game, but it's not a Souls game.
and they're gonna
That's it.
implement shit into it that's gonna make it feel
See, here's the thing, DuplEx. What you said makes perfect sense, concisely and perfectly. Like you don't need to
Exactly,
say anything
exactly.
else about it.
Yeah, it doesn't need to
Like,
be like it's a Souls. It's an Armored Core
it's
game. but
people try to fucking go way too deep into this. Like, of course, if you're trying to compare Armored Core to Elden Ring, you can draw like similars, like, oh yeah, they both have a lock-on mechanic. They're made by the same fucking company. Of course they're gonna have similarities, but it's not gonna be the same game. If you go into Armored Core thinking that you're gonna level up your fucking luck stat, intelligence stat, so that you can summon a big ass, pack of wolves to devour a boss, it's not gonna happen. Okay, it's not gonna happen. But basically, the way that this is basically coming in, right? It's been a really good sort of like revival. It's very unexpected, and it's so good to see From Software, which was like there's only 3 game developers that I trust nowadays, because Battlefront,
Capcom,
but
FromSoft, and
that's it. That's basically it. And Arc Systems, but that's basically it. That's because they share my name. But no, I'm just kidding. But it's mostly because it's such an unexpected thing, and it looks so incredibly polished. It looks amazing, and it's gonna be promising as shit because it's a From Software game. They don't fuck up. I want them I'm gonna quote Rurikon here because you guys know I like Rurikon, but there's one thing that he says that I really sympathize with. I know it's surprising, but I want From Software to have so much fucking money that their bank cannot physically hold it. Like there's money spewing out the windows because they are that popular, and that's what I want.
They default.
Literally, bro. Like literally, I want them to buy a country and have it as a company. Okay, like that's I want them to be the most successful company out there. But Armored Core 6 is definitely going to be a huge contender. I do think that From Software players that haven't played Armored Core should definitely look into jumping into it because it is going to be a killer game. It's going to be super fun. It's a bit of a
So
learning
you're saying I
curve as
should
they
buy
are.
Armored Core?
Absolutely. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, if anyone
Okay,
turns
but,
around to me
like-
and says, "Should I buy it?" Yes.
yeah.
But it's
the
like,
thi-
what if you have never played like a mech game?
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
If
Yes.
I
Buy
may,
it.
If I may, as
oh my
someone that is,
God.
of course, I'm super biased because I'm super into the mech genre.
I'm
Oh
not
my-
into. I'm not that. I'm not into that. Like much into the mech genre. I play Armored Core and Titanfall. That's it.
Yeah, but like the thing is, like I'm into that thing. I fucking build Gunpla kits in my spare time, and I love the whole aesthetics. Right, I'm a huge nerd for it. But the thing is, like, regardless of that, it's a company that, like, aside from that, just look at FromSoft track record. They've been pulling out bangers for 12 years essentially from Demon Souls. And now, rather than doing like the generic fantasy game, they're coming back to their roots. It means they're fucking confident about this one, right? It just means
they're
that
chads. They're chads, dude.
it
Miyazaki's out
but
here like
it
fucking.
means they know what they're doing. It means they're gonna pull out a fucking banger with this one because like they don't revive a game.
Barry,
out of
did you play
15
Dark
years ago.
Souls 1, 2, or 3? Did you play any of them?
I played Dark Souls 2 for like
Ew.
maybe an
Don't
hour.
fucking say no. Shut the fuck up.
Damn,
Shut the
alright.
fuck up. It's a good game. It's a good game.
I only say it
Shut
to trigger
up.
DuplEx. I fucking love
I
it.
know. Fuck you.
But okay, so that aside,
To be fair, I have watched a considerable amount of gameplay
Yeah.
of Dark Souls 3,
but
but I've never played it.
but when you went into Elden Ring, you didn't have much Dark Souls experience. Is what I'm trying to say.
No.
That is-
Yeah, Elden Ring's like my first like proper FromSoft game that I really played.
That's how I would ask you to look at Armored Core. If you look at it and it looks like it's gonna be fun to you, try it, because you're not gonna be let down. Like, this is a company that polishes the game to a T, and just like they did with Elden Ring, they're gonna fucking nail it. Like,
God, Elden
I
Ring
can
is
literally
so
say it.
beautiful.
And
I literally love Elden Ring so much.
since we're speaking about Elden Ring, Elden Ring DLC.
Oh my god.
No news about it though.
Wait,
No
yeah?
what?
fucking news about Armored Core either.
Oh yeah, have you not heard about this, Kiki? It's been announced a while back, but there isn't an awful lot of news going around it. So
It was literally just an announcement.
yeah, it
like,
was just a
it wasn't-
picture. It was a fucking
Yeah.
picture, and Vatividia made like a 20-minute video from it. It's crazy.
From
Wait, when did this get announced? Like,
It
Oh,
was like in January or something,
I
right?
think
or was
to-
it
January, and then Elden
January,
Ring came
January.
out like
January.
last year.
Yep.
Okay, all right.
January
Yeah.
or so. But yeah, they're announcing. They've announced that they shared the photo. They said it's gonna happen, but they haven't shared anything. No gameplay, no trailer,
Oh.
nothing. And it's gonna be killer.
If I
think
had
We
they're-
already know.
penny
They're
for every
waiting-
time I saw that.
Oh, dude.
They're waiting for Armored Core to release. Probably they don't want their
Likely.
marketing to overlap each other.
No.
Makes sense.
Whilst just because I'm gonna be a bit conscious of time, even though we can spend like as many hours as we want because we're goddamn adults. Basically, I'm gonna send this one out because Armor Core 6, Duplex and I are super excited. Barry's probably gonna get into it. I know we're gonna steal Barry's boyfriend for it. It's gonna fucking happen. Like I'm literally gonna tell Zare, like, you and I, like, ditch the girls. It's you and me. It's boys time.
Oh,
Bring
It's boys
Duplex
time.
in.
Get in the fucking mech.
Get in the fucking
Yeah.
mech. Let's go. Shoot some robots. But that's gonna be so. I think it's gonna be really cool, especially because I'm really excited about creating content around it. I think it's gonna be killer. But yeah, so Armor Core, Elden Ring, Remnant 2? Anyone? No?
Does it come out the same day as Armored Core?
Remnant
though?
from the Ashes comes out in just about 2 weeks.
Oh.
25th
of
18 days. 25th of July,
18.
I think.
If I have the time to play it and it's not that expensive, I do want to give it a shot because like I gave
It's a
the
really
first
good game.
Remnant. I gave the first Remnant a shot, but I was playing it alone and I kind of like I don't
With
think
friends,
I-
it's so much better. Dude, come play
Yeah.
with me. I have a friend called... You guys remember Ron? Guys in the chat, remember Ron?
Yeah,
Ron
I
and
think
I
I saw
played
him.
through it recently. We love Remnant from the Ashes. It's basically, for those of you who don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, Remnant from the
Souls with
Ashes,
guns.
it's literally Souls, but third-person shooter.
Oh my god, everything is souls.
It was the one game that basically, you know, when everyone was like, this is the Dark Souls of whatever, and it was that time where every single game had to be a Souls-like. Even fucking Jedi
It's
Fallen Order.
Cuphead with guns.
When everything tried to become a Souls-like and failed, Remnant from the Ashes did it well. Really well. And the game was good, the story was fun. The only thing that was fucked about it is that one of the DLC was like poorly optimized and it really fucked up people's experience, but it was really, really good. When Ron and I heard about it, we were like, dude, let's buy one of the DLC, let's go play through the entire thing again. Long story short, it's a third-person shooter version of a Dark Souls system, if you will. It's really fun, and the coolest thing about it is that if you play with friends, your worlds are not similar, so you don't encounter the same bosses. When you go around the same part of the game, it's completely different, and that is what makes it so much fun with friends. It's up to 3 players, so Duplex, you're officially invited for me and Ron's playthrough.
If I can buy it, honestly, I will. Like, honestly, I would be down to actually playing
But I
it.
know not a lot of people are not going to be into it, so we're just going to move on. Anyone here have any other games that they want to bring up that they're excited for in 2023?
It's time to look up the list. You're looking give me a second.
Oh shit, the scroll just going down the stairs.
There's so many fucking games coming out, though.
It's
There's so many games that came out but are just in my backlog.
Don't talk about that.
There's
Yeah,
the
I don't
Cyberpunk
even wanna
DLC
think.
they announced recently, right?
Does it what?
Did they?
The Cyberpunk DLC.
Oh yeah, the Cyberpunk DLC. I mean,
The
I'm not.
Phantom CD.
I'm probably not gonna play it though. I'm not gonna
I'm
lie.
probably gonna play it, just of course not day one. Because
Yeah.
I learned my lesson.
Clown.
Is that September?
I'm a fucking clown, but like you can't tell me cyberpunk and my whole aesthetic is cyberpunk, and you tell me to not get hyped. I it's the only time I pre-ordered a game. Actually, Ophi bought it for me, but yeah, it was. Oh, true. Ophelia mentioned Silent Hill 2 remake is coming out soon.
Oh, that's true. Silent Hill 2 remake. That's a good remake, to be honest. That's gonna be banging.
I can't fucking wait for it.
Barry, Kiki.
Super Mario Brothers Wonder.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
You know what? We got 4 players. We got 4 people here.
We could. I mean, I'm down.
Mario Party would be unironically kind of fun.
It would be.
Oh my god, I want to play Mario Party with y'all.
Well,
I
so
would
bad.
actually fucking love
Dude,
that.
Switch now, fuck.
Duplex, you're the only clown in here without a Switch, you motherfucker.
It's fine. We could just like net play it on an emulator.
Oh,
On
God.
an emulator.
Oh god, I don't want to get arrested.
You don't get arrested. you legally bought the copy. What they're gonna do? Send Nintendo ninjas?
Nintendo ninjas
True.
are gonna kill me.
Can I just say though,
Go on.
Starfield?
Starfield.
Holy shit! Thank you, Beari.
How did none of us bring Starfield up?
Low-key, I kind of, I don't know. Okay, I don't know anything about it. Okay, I don't know if there's like a previous Starfield game. I don't know anything about it.
so-
but I've been watching trailers of it and I am fascinated. I want to play it.
Starfield, for those of you who don't know, if anyone here has ever heard of Star Citizen, it's basically that, but developed by who again?
Oh,
Microsoft.
Bethesda.
It's
Yeah,
Bethesda.
Bethesda, whatever.
Oh,
the fuck they're
Bethesda.
called.
What the fuck did
Bethesda?
I just say?
Bethesda.
Wait, what did I just say? Wait, I just had a
Bethesda.
stroke.
Bashmigal.
Bethesda. Holy shit.
But
Oh my god.
it's a game where you
Fuck,
can.
dude.
It's basically a space simulator, and you get to do all sorts of crazy shit. Like Star Citizen itself is a really. I've heard really good things about it, but I don't want to. I don't know. I don't want to get into it. It seems like a really deep hole, and it seems like if I were to start playing it, I wouldn't have time to play anything else. But look, one of my biggest things, like, because outside of the night aesthetic, space stuff is like my shit. I grew up
Fucking
with
cool.
Star Wars.
I'm such a fucking space nerd.
If I can,
Like,
if this game comes out and is a banger, because they said it's been in the develop for like 30 years or something like that.
Yeah,
which
but it's also Bethesda, which like they take like 20 years to code a fucking pony in the,
they
in the
cook,
game. Like
they cook loads.
no, they cook like low heat, like very low heat.
low and slow, you know?
It's in a crock pot, you
It's
know.
it's
Yeah.
the fucking slow setting on the slow cooker, bro. Like it takes
Yeah,
ages.
it's like your grandma's like old broken stove just cooking the thing.
But it looks really promising.
True.
It basically, I don't know how even to describe it. It's like a space simulator. You can be a
Like
pirate
it's No
robbing
Man's
other
Sky,
players.
but not colorful.
You can be like the fucking glorified Amazon delivery driver, where you go do orders with your shit. Like you can have your own ship. You can have like you can go into. It's so much to explain. I don't even know where to begin. But it's gonna be. It looks really
Skyrim in
promising.
space.
If exactly, there you go, Skyrim in
Skyrim in
space.
space. Skyrim in space. There you go.
And I would fucking kill if this game comes out and it's good. I would kill to make content with you guys on this. I would.
Unfortunately, it's single player though. I think.
It's,
Yeah,
it is
it's
I
single
think
player.
so. Well,
Let's just play No Man's Sky. I'll be honest. Like we're beating
Oh,
around
God.
the bush.
True.
We're beating around the bush. It's good now. Trust me, guys. It's good.
I've heard
that we
good
can-
things about it.
No, it got good. It legit got good. It
You know,
cooked.
play some
It
No
cooked.
Man's Sky, and then after that, just watch the Monster Hunter movie. Oh yes.
Oh.
Yeah,
Good time.
baby. Okay.
Hell
Yeah.
So, I think we can maybe move on from games that
Yeah.
we've been playing and we want to look into. So, other than that, let's go into back into Monster Hunter, because I know that's where most people are here for, and that's where we
I love
usually talk
Monster
about.
Hunter.
I love
Munchy Hunty.
Monster Hunter.
Monhun in it.
I love fighting Nargacuga for 5 gens. I love Monster Hunter.
I love it when the monster goes.
My fucking god.
Let's talk about the end of Gen 5. Just to clarify, Monster Hunter World, Iceborne, Rise, and Sunbreak were Generation 5 of the Monster Hunter series. Now, we're kicking it off with very broad topics here, because this is a lot. This is a very deep barrel to go down, and I want to keep it sort of objective as we can. I think Gen 5 was I don't think. I know Gen 5 has been the most successful Monster Hunter generation yet, and it's
Oh, for
definitely been the most daring, because Capcom fucking knows. Like, they let them fucking cook, dude. They literally
I trust
went all
Capcom with
out.
my life at this point.
Genuinely though,
Yeah.
genuinely, unironically, trust them like 100%.
They can control my peacemaker. I don't give a
Mhm.
shit.
Literally though, unironically, it's such an amazing generation of Monster Hunter, and this is the one that I joined. So I joined at the beginning of Gen 5 with Monster Hunter World, played Iceborne, went back to GU, and then got into Rise and Sunbreak. So these are the Monster Hunter titles that I've played. So give or take, I've been playing Monster Hunter for about 5 years. Kiki and DuplEx have been playing it for way longer. I'm curious to hear about your perspective as longtime Monster Hunter players.
Go ahead, Kiki. I think it's best if you go first.
What do you guys have
Okay,
thought
so-
about? Because here's the thing. Sorry, just to interrupt real quick. There's a little bit of context that I need to give. I don't think Kiki played World or Iceborne, right?
I have not. No.
There you go. So there's multiple different perspectives here,
Yeah.
because not all. The good thing about this cast, if I want to call it that, is that not all of us come from the exact same games.
Background.
So
Game
there's
background.
games in here that some have played that most haven't. So this is why it's diverse, and this is why everyone's perspective here is super interesting. But go on, Kiki.
So like you said, I haven't played World or Iceborne, but just like it's such a surreal feeling seeing just like this series that I've grown up with for like almost 2 decades of my life get like extremely popular, extremely fast, and so just like, I am not afraid just to talk about like, the Monster Hunter series as a whole and get like these weird looks like, what the fuck are you talking about? Because like now people know what this is, and
You can
I don't know, that's super cool. That being said, I am a little like vocal, mainly as a joke towards World fans, because like
Mainly
a
as a
very
joke.
yes, a very loud but very minor minority are
Kids.
especially on Twitter.
They're children.
They're
They're children.
stupid. It's not even just kids. They're
They're-
stupid.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, why isn't this game like World? Rah! And
Oh
I'm
my
just
god,
like,
Kiki!
I'm
The
just
way I
like,
get
shut
so
the
frustrated when people say that. Oh my
I get
god.
pissed off, man. I'm gonna let.
Stop
I talk
working on
home.
Rice and move over to Monster Hunter World 2.
I'm
Oh my
going to
God.
break both of their kneecaps.
All right, I'm gonna let you guys go wild on this one.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna talk because if I've already said it so many times, if you bitched about Rise or Sunbreak not looking like World, which I said this so many times, yes, World graphics are great, but if that's the reason why you didn't buy the game, you're a fucking idiot.
You're so dumb.
Eat a dick.
No, I'm on the opinion that like you're entitled to do whatever the fuck you want. Just like nobody cares, so don't be annoying. That's my point of view. Just like
Literally.
okay, like I think it's basically like common knowledge. They teach it in like elementary school that Capcom has two fucking teams. It's basically like ABC and Capcom has two
It's
fucking
one
teams.
now,
The
mate.
portable
I think
team.
it's one now.
Yeah.
No, it's two teams.
Really?
It's still two teams.
Is it
I
still
think
two
it's still-
teams? I
'cause
think.
Rise
Well,
was in-
historically,
Rise was-
I think it was two teams, but I think now it might be one.
Rice was in development just as Word was like being developed. Like in fact, Rice was supposed to have time like the loading zones between areas, but then Word came out and they were like, oh shit, people are way too used to not having loading areas, and so they
I might be
kind of had
wrong.
to.
I might be wrong here, but you know, I might be completely wrong. But I do think that they have now become one team.
I think Arc is correct, but DuplEx is also correct.
I think they
You're
what they're trying to do. I
about
think
World and Rise.
what
being
they're
in
trying to
development
do, I
at the same
think, is that they're
Oh no,
not
Duplex is
focusing.
100% correct. Duplex is like
They're
100%
not
correct.
focusing on the fact that it's either portable or not portable. They're just
Right.
making games. They don't care, but they still have like I think multiple teams. They're trying to give us like a Monster Hunter every 1 or 2 years. So I think it's still like multiple teams because like if you think about it, like the budget plan is like they release Word, they release Iceborne. As soon as Iceborne is done, like they announce Fatalis, Rice gets announced. And then Rice gets into the waitlist, and then Stories comes out, and then Rice comes out, and you know,
Oh, yeah, I forgot
it's
about
a perfect cycle of
Mhm.
Monster Hunter content
Monster
that keeps
Hunter
pumping
now,
out.
anybody?
Oh my god.
Dude,
I'm
kinda
not gonna
fucking-
hate on it. I'm not
I'm
gonna
liking
hate
it.
on
I'm
it.
liking
I
it,
like
but-
trolling with it, but I'm not gonna hate
There's
on
your
it.
But-
World 2. There's
but the
your
point
World 2.
is,
Fuck all of you.
the point is, like, if you see the interviews, you can notice that like the developers from Monster Hunter usually they rotate between like the base game and the expansion because the main dev is pushed to the like next Monster Hunter title or the next Monster Hunter project because they do have different projects going on, just like From Software has as like Elden Ring and Armored Core coming out and working on the same time. So like this is all just to say I don't fucking get how people on Twitter and Instagram posts can go there and be like, stop working on Monster Hunter Rise, focus on Monster Hunter
my
War 2.
God.
And I'm like, I know the location of your house, I'm inside your
It's-
walls, and I'm gonna eat
it's-
your flesh.
It's daily too, like basically daily, where I'm just like, I hate this new bad graphics. Like, shut the fuck up, please.
But like to stop on like the excessive like hyper aggression on them, which they do deserve. But-
Absolutely, 100%.
But jokes aside, the thing is like, as someone that has, I basically played Monster Hunter's titles from 4U, so from the 3DS era on. I played a bit of 3 and 3 Ultimate, but the thing is, it's a series that it's still fucking crazy to me how the fact now I can talk to it about it. Like, I'll share this personal story super fast. I had this American cousin. He lives in Texas, coming over to my place, and I haven't seen him in a while. And right, like, of course, he's has completely different hobbies compared to mine. He plays different type of games. But then I remember him asking me, like, casually, hey, what games do you play in your PC? I'm like, okay, I play Monster Hunter, and I just said it casually as something like, okay, he probably doesn't know what the fuck he's saying. Like, and he just replied like, oh damn, you play Monster Hunter? I've been stuck on Safijiva for a while. I'm like, holy shit!
And then it begins.
It feels fucking crazy that you're able to mention like, legit. If you're someone that like it's still fucking crazy to me that I can mention Monster Hunter and they don't see me as a rambling buffoon saying like, what the fuck, this guy's talking about Tigarexu and motherfucking Kedzu. What the hell is he talking about, right? It like
so
now
many years of just
people
being
know.
unknown, being validated. Oh my god.
A lot of Monster Hunter fans from the older generation say that, and I'm just so happy that I'm like part of the generation of people that came into, because here's the thing. Beari and I are Gen 5. Yeah. And you guys are prior. I think you're Gen 4. No, wait. Gen 4? 3?
I started 4, but I played 3 as well.
No, okay.
I played a bit of 3.
You started
3 Ultimate.
2.
But I started
damn!
4.
Okay.
God damn!
But like, to see people like in our gen come in and criticize the series for this stupid ass reason, it makes me ashamed, dude. It's like, I'm mixed in with this bunch. When they think about Gen 5, half of the people think great new hunters because they gave Capcom this opportunity to grow, right? And the other half thinks of the fucking Monster Hunter World 2.
I'll be honest. Like, I'm on the opinion, and like this is happening with Armored Core 6 a bit. I don't want to shoehorn it in. It makes sense, I promise. The point is, like, I think new fans are entitled to an opinion just as much as old fans. I hate the argument. I've been playing since 4 Ultimate. My opinion, it's worth more. I maybe am more attached to the game, but that still doesn't mean that, like,
you might have more insight, but
I have more insight. But like Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, it's a completely different game from Monster Hunter World. Like, holy shit, I cannot use the knowledge I have from Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate in Monster Hunter World. That's what I'm trying to say.
I think Toasty in the chat summarizes it perfectly. Their frontal lobe just didn't develop. I think that's the perfect summary.
Twitter being Twitter, yes.
Because I just think it's fucking stupid. Like, honestly, I think it's really cringe, and it's like I say. I'm just gonna bring it back to the same point. If you dead ass looked at Rise and Sunbreak and said it doesn't look like World and Iceborne, I'm not buying it. You're a clown. You're a clown.
You're literally so dumb.
Like, you're literally, you might as well walk around with clown makeup. Because you're making yourself look like a fucking dumbass. But and the thing is, I understand the criticism. I agree with World looking better than Rise. That's normal. Look, if you're running Rise on a PlayStation or a fucking PC, yes, it's gonna be more graphically demanding than on a Switch. It's obvious. How we make this comparison is beyond me. Because that's not...
I don't know if this is like a hot fucking take, but Rise looks good on the Switch. Like,
it does.
That's not a hot take. That is not a hot take. It's one of the best looking Switch games out there.
I don't understand. I'm just baffled by this whole take.
I'm very proud that here in the order we have first gen, second gen, third gen, fourth gen, and fifth gen. We have hunters from all fucking gens here. Not a single one makes this stupid comparison in this community. Yeah. And I'm so proud because there's nearly 7,000 of us at this point. So I'm so fucking happy that we got this point.
Ain't no way. Hold up.
Yeah, we're very close to 7,000 subscribers, by the way. So if you want to get your mom's
by the way, subscribe.
Subscribe.
Nothing is gonna happen at 7,000, but it makes me happy. So if you guys want to subscribe,
Ark is gonna not
appreciate it.
But like,
if I
may throw in my 2 cents, like the thing is, like, with the Steam Deck, I'm able to like directly compare Board and Rise, since like they're on the same, more or less like the Switch sides aspect ratio and processing power, and like if I run Word on the Steam Deck and I have to crank it down graphically, it looks more or less like fucking Rise. I'll be honest. Like it's
Honestly,
not like you
yeah.
can. It's not like you can like enjoy the 4K textures on a screen of that size, right?
You ain't
Who
gotta
gives a
though.
shit,
You ain't
though?
gotta. Like,
you don't.
listen,
You
Yeah.
don't. In
I'm
the
gonna tell
speed
you
of
right
combat,
now, if it wasn't for the other design choices, sound, visual lighting, and all that, because the one argument I have with Rise in terms of looks is that besides the Citadel and the Shrine Ruins, the maps in Rise looked a bit washed out. They don't look as
Yeah,
colorful.
They look
super
grayish.
muddy.
You go from that to GU, I'm gonna be real, I prefer the maps in GU. I love the
I agree.
Citadel, I absolutely love it, it's a great map. But like,
Flooded
listen,
Forest is straight up like poo water. It
Flooded
looks like
Forest,
It looks like London sewage. I'll be honest.
as someone who's been in London very recently, I can fucking confirm it.
It's literally London sewage. I wouldn't be surprised if I find like Loch Ness monster in there or something.
That's why
I
fucking
mean, I will
Gyrototus
say-
is in there. He lives in the sewers where he belongs.
Oh god. I will say, like, I think it's just because I'm biased to Rise, because it was my first.
I don't think it's biased, because it's still
No,
a
but
great
listen,
looking
like,
game.
I've heard people say that, where they say, like, the colors are all muted in Rise and stuff, but I think it's beautiful and colorful.
No,
No,
it's
it
still,
does-
it is beautiful and colorful, colorful. But
Compared
Not
to the
compared
rest
to
of the game.
GU.
Exactly, old gen Monster Hunter is
I
is
see.
very
I
bright
totally
and
see.
colorful.
Yeah.
It's a
But
bit
I
too bright
personally
for
like-
sometimes as well.
Yeah, I personally like the more, like, realistic, muted color art style.
I think with
Yeah, like-
Sunbreak they kind of realized it a bit more where they wanted to go with.
Yeah.
But like some maps
Mhm.
in some conditions, like for example when it's nighttime, they look a bit more like
Shrine
bleak
ruins.
and like yeah, like
They're just
shrine
green.
ruins. It would have been cooler if it was like greener, right? And it doesn't look
Yeah.
as
Mhm.
like gray as it does. But I still think it's good. Like a lot of elements are pretty fucking good. Like the music in Rise absolutely slaps.
Slaps
Yes.
so
Yes.
hard.
Oh yeah, are you kidding? Fucking, I know you don't agree with me on this, DuplEx, but Malzeno's theme is so good. I
No,
love that song.
no. I changed as a man. I grew as a person. I really
Oh,
like
okay.
Yo,
okay.
Character
Wait.
arc.
Someone
Yo.
clip
I
that.
love this for you.
Clip that
No.
shit.
Okay.
Clip that shit.
From when you
please.
guys have been talking about it, I've been
Mm.
listening to it again. Then I
Mhm.
thought Primordial, and it just grew on me. And I was
Mhm.
kind
If
of
you
like,
watch-
okay,
It's
kinda
Yeah.
so
slaps.
good.
Dude, if
It
you watch
slaps.
Davi's video on it, like, Davi is a composer as well. He's a Brazilian composer, so we got that in common. The Brazilian part, not the composer part. I'm not
Oh, the one
talented.
that does the reaction video.
He is so fucking based. I fucking love his content. And he did a breakdown. He does breakdowns of like different game themes, not just Monster Hunter. But when he did the Malzeno one, I was like, holy shit, like there's so much thought that goes into this. I mean, I'm not a musician. I'm stupid as shit when it comes to music, okay? But when he breaks it down and it makes so much sense, and I'm just like, this is amazing. This is really
No,
amazing.
yeah. Like musically, it's still a great team, and I wouldn't question it. It's super fucking fancy, and it does a lot of crazy shit musically speaking. A lot of music alternation, call and response.
I'm just
and all
happy
that
I
shit.
got you to admit it. I'm just
No.
happy.
I'm just saying it's a good theme. I just like at first I was expecting it to be a bit creepier, while it's more in the
But now
royal
you know
direction.
why.
But
Primordial
now I know
Malzeno,
why.
my
Now I know
boy.
why, and it kind of grew on me. See, like it makes sense now that it's a bit more royal.
It's all
rather
about that
than being-
Primordial Malzeno rep, dude.
I
True.
will say, yeah, I kind of agree with where DuplEx is coming from. Just like regular Malzeno, I expected some like weird gothic,
like Guy Smogorn theme. I imagine it for Malzeno.
You guys know that fucking Blue
Yeah.
Lobster meme where it shows up and it goes "Doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo."
yeah, give
Yeah,
me
kinda like
church
that shit.
organs. Fuck.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I feel like the theme gives that.
Not
I
as
don't
much
know.
as I expect. Like I
not
expected
a
it to be more
composer,
organs. I
but-
expected it to be more organs, more like dark choir, kind of
Yeah,
like
I
Guy
feel
Are we,
like-
are we
I feel like
talking
if it had
kidneys?
been
Are we
that-
talking spleen?
Shut
No,
up.
I feel like that would have been a little cheesy. You know?
I agree. I see what you're coming from, and that's why I'm saying
Yeah.
it grew on me. Just like
Yeah.
at first impression, I expected it to be different, and that kind of like I don't
Also,
know.
the metal version.
Oh
God,
my
it's
The
so
metal
god,
good.
the
version is
metal
fucking
version
fire.
goes
Okay,
so
fine.
hard.
Yeah, the metal version is fucking fire.
It goes
Ah.
You know what?
so
Give me
hard.
that for regular Malzeno's theme.
Legit.
honestly.
Oh, yeah.
It goes fucking hard.
But for example, Geismogrum's theme absolutely slaps. Or
Gasmogor's theme is great.
Sandy Plains theme, it's still like I play it on loop 24/7 because like
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
It's
fucking
beautiful,
great.
yeah.
The vocal is just going
Oh,
nuts.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
fucking great. It's great. That's one thing that they've always slapped. Like Monster Hunter tunes, always been great.
Always
but
good.
Going back a little bit to Gen 5, because I think we can all agree that this is. I mean, we have to. It is Monster Hunter's most successful generation.
Without a doubt.
Like
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
Iceborne and World are literally Capcom's most successful games ever.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
They've
That's
sold them.
fucking
That's
crazy.
nuts. That is
That's
nuts. Like
nuts.
I'm not even saying this
feel-
as a fanboy or because this is where I come from. It is literally the game that's made them the most money, and it's like it's a fantastic fucking game. Like it's fucking amazing. And I want to speak a little bit now. I know this is where maybe a couple of us might differ. This is where I'm expecting there to perhaps be a little bit not disagreement, but different perspectives. Where I want to talk about the goal for World and Iceborne, and then we can go on to the goal for Rise and Sunbreak. Now, I'm gonna put a statement out here. Again, like Kiki hasn't played World, and then because this is gonna be compared to older games, and I haven't played older games, so this is where insight changes, right? World and Iceborne, primarily because I'm just gonna join them together now. They came in with the purpose of westernizing Monster Hunter. This was a
True.
huge risk. It was not necessary. If you would talk to most developers about, do we take this game that is known and really well known in Japan, known by a niche community outside in the West, and we go for it, like balls deep, spend the most amount of money we've ever spent on a game here, shall we do that? Most developers are going to say, fuck no, are you crazy? What if it flunks? Like what if it just doesn't work? It's not good. But Capcom went balls deep, and they got immensely rewarded because this is what World and Iceborne did. They westernized Monster Hunter as a series, and it's gotten them a fuckload of money. They deserve it, by the way. So, in terms of what I can say, because here's the thing. Combat in World and Iceborne is more so, I don't want to say lacking. It is designed in a simpler format. Because that's what its goal is. It's to be simple, right? I don't like Gauntlet's gameplay in Iceborne and World, not as much as I like it in Rise or in GU. And the same goes for pretty much all of my favorite weapons, like Sword and Shield, Lance. I was dabbling in Longsword and Greatsword for a while, and Longsword is actually one of the most versatile weapons, in my opinion, in World and Iceborne. So this is where I think
fair.
What a shocker.
I mean,
Whoa.
if we're like making a direct comparison as to what was not good and bad, but what was amazing and what could have been better. My only critique is literally, number one, fucking Kovtarov. Never do that again, please. Never. I don't want my weapons to be random. Thank you. Second, the combat was just simpler. And that made it didn't make it bad. It just made it more predictable, and it made it more repetitive, which inclined me to play different weapons. It's like the whole Overwatch thing all over again. Because if you're playing the same thing all the time, you need something new to keep your fucking serotonin going up. Which in this case, it makes you realize, and this is a brilliant design decision in my end, you're combating the fucking and the cherry on top. It's the monster. This game's not about you. You're just this isn't your world. You just happen to live in their world. Okay. And that's what they portray really good, which is World and Iceborne feel like a living and breathing environment at all times. Now, what do you guys have to say about what do you think World and Iceborne came here to do, what they did right, and maybe what they didn't do so right?
May I go first?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I actually want to call you a bitch boy and say Gunlance is pretty fucking fun in Word. You're wrong. Also, no, I'm joking. I think that Word. I've been playing through Word and Iceborne again very lately because I've been enjoying it a lot, and it's still like it holds up well, and I really am enjoying the game. I do think there's not as much depth as you have in GU and Rise, of course, because it's
Right.
imagine it. I think it's like making everything from the ground up again, right? So you have to rework everything, you have to balance everything, you have to figure out what direction you want the game to go in. So it makes sense that they're not focusing too much on gimmicks and stuff like that, kind of like hunter arts and all that type of shit. So it does make sense. It's a bit simpler, and it's also to make it easier for the newer audience, right, to pick up. But I still think there's like enjoyable depth to the game. Like I enjoyed playing Gunlance now in my second playthrough. I used to play Charge Blade, I used to play Switch Axe, and I used to play a bit of every single weapons that had a shield on it. But because in general, I think it's a game that has enough depth to keep you into the game, to like keep you interested into the game. So it's not just like hack and slash, but it's still like not to the point that it's overwhelming for a newcomer, you know? And I also think that the direction that I really enjoyed, which I really, really hope they double down on the next Monster Hunter, is making the environments and the monster, just like Ark mentioned, feel more like not just an arena, but more like an actual locale that you explore.
Yes.
Like I just love the idea that you can just see a giant boulder for how ridiculous it is,
Yes.
and you just shoot it and it hits the monster. That's
Yeah.
just, it's cool. It feels cool. Or like the traps that you can naturally find. They make hunting a monster in one area completely different from hunting the monster in another area. So like if they really don't make it just like hit the boulder, but they actually make it super dynamic stuff, it could have like huge potential. Like I just imagine if like underwater combat comes back, you hit like a wall and water comes in and it just fills up the area, and now it's an underwater area. Imagine, and that's permanent. Imagine shit like that going on. Wouldn't that be fucking cool?
I
Like,
would love
because
to see a sort of, sorry, but I would love to see like a mix of old map design and new map design, because I'm gonna tell you right now, I think there's definitely gonna be, maybe not Monster Hunter 6, but there's definitely gonna be a game in Monster Hunter that is like semi-open world, right? And I'd like to see that.
Probably.
This was
I
gonna be my
personally-
point.
I'll go on then, Barry, because you probably know how to
Was-
talk about this better than I do,
Do
honestly.
you guys want Do you guys want Monster Hunter 6 to be open world? Like
I
true
don't
open
want
world?
to, but I don't see why not.
I want it to be open area. I want, like, imagine two ancient forests taped to each other. Like I would be lost there for like 5 days, like just exploring and trying it to figure out, because I still can't fucking figure out the ancient forest. I can't imagine how it is if it's even bigger, right?
Well, yeah.
But I don't want it to be open world, but if it's just enough, so it's like big locales and like you can
Okay.
do multiple hunts, it would be cool.
Here's my hot take.
Yeah.
Is that I want it to be open world, like with like a totally dynamic environment, with like what DuplEx was describing. With
Did you
like,
play Horizon by any chance, Barry?
No, but that's
Okay.
giving. That's giving. You know.
Well,
like-
I think
I didn't
that
actually play that,
Horizon
though.
Zero Dawn, I played the original one not long ago. I haven't played the new one. I think a world like that would be really successful with a Monster Hunter formula. Because
Well,
for
here's
those
the
of
thing,
you,
because I
Sorry,
think
go
the
on.
reason why people like World is because, like you said, it's simpler, right? But like you spend time like tracking the monster,
The
and you have to, like
downtime.
find it, like yeah,
Yeah,
like the
I love that. You
like
just
the
hunting it.
actual sort of
You're
more like
hunting.
immersive experience of like hunting a monster. Like it feels like hunting a monster, right? Like it might be a little like slower. People used to like Rise. You just like get in and you go and you rush the monster or whatever. But I feel like if it was an open world, dynamic environment with I'll get like excited thinking about how cool that would be with like the more like world type mechanics of like hunting a monster.
You
I
should
just feel
look.
like that would be so beautiful.
You should look into Horizon Zero Dawn, because they have a really good open world system where, because basically Horizon is Monster Hunter, but the monsters are machines. Simple. And they live in
Right, yeah.
herds, and they can't be around each other. If they are around each other, they hurt each other, or sometimes they like live in like harmony and whatnot. And basically the way that it works is that you go around in missions or quests, if you will, and when you come across them, what happens is that you can fight them, or you can opt to not fight them and whatnot. I mean, it's open world, obviously you're gonna have to make your own decisions, but it feels quite natural. I mean, it's still a bit, open world is never gonna feel 100% breathing and living, but I would love to see a semi-open world design.
Yeah. I think
Almost like an RPG style, like I don't want to say Final Fantasy 14, but almost something like that, where you have to go to specific areas to experience specific, environments.
What I would like to say, sorry, Ark, is like I think Capcom is making it pretty clear the direction they want to head towards. Like you can see it with the guiding lens. You can see it with the way they're trying to connect the maps, how the Coral Highland is linked to the Rotten Vale, right? You can see they kind of want to make this world feel interconnected with itself, right? They want the areas to feel connected and all that. So I wouldn't be surprised if, like, for example, you could explore, say, the Coral Highlands, but you just reach a point where you can just jump down and reach the Rotten Vale. Maybe there's a loading screen, yeah, but it's not a matter of if there's a loading screen or there's no loading screen.
It's about
I think
making
the
it
point is-
interconnected.
Yeah, making it
Yeah.
interconnected and making it so like you can go on multiple hunts across different locales. I think
That's
the
what I
cool
really
element.
liked about the guiding lens in opposition, because I think when it comes to the guiding lens, they have Anomaly Grind beaten like to a pulp, because it's a lot more interesting. It's a lot more involving in the community, because you can have friends develop
It's
specific
shorter
areas to
too,
get better
to be
stuff.
fair, though. It's
But
shorter too.
it is shorter as well, yes, and to me it was a more fun experience. But the thing is, I'm like some really good insights so far. Kiki, you didn't play Monster Hunter World on Iceborne, but
Yeah.
I have
you've
not,
played
no.
every other fucking Monster Hunter game known to man. What is your
Basically.
sort of like take on what do you think
Outsider
World and Iceborne
perspective.
has done?
Hold on, repeat that again?
So because you haven't played
like-
World and Iceborne, what is your like almost how do you feel about those games within the series? Do you think they did well, or is there something that, like, as an outsider perspective, how do you think they impacted the series?
If we're talking like World Iceborne, yeah, it's just like looking at just some videos from other YouTubers that I watch, just like seeing the world and just like all the shit that you can do with it. It's like super impressive, and I kind of like am jealous that I haven't been able to like do that because I haven't played World. So maybe something like that for the next game. I'm gonna bring a separate point. If we're not gonna do like open world something like that, maybe just get rid of the time limit. Except for a few quests like arena quests and whatnot, because just like being able to explore without being like constrained to a 50-minute time limit, I feel like that will do a lot with just like the immersion of the game. Just like
I mean, yeah, I think if they went with an open world approach, they would definitely do something like that. Maybe they would put a time limit in, like, when you start a hunt, and then if you don't complete it, the monster leaves, or something
Yeah.
like that. I mean, they kind of
Yeah.
already do that with current Monster Hunter Generation 5.
When you do explorations, kinda.
Kind of.
Right,
But,
when
like,
you do the expedition
monsters
But I think-
leave and join locales and so on.
What I think is
yeah.
Go ahead, sorry, Kiki.
Sorry, like for me, just like in a lot of quests, the time limit just seems arbitrary because you're not gonna be spending like 50 minutes on a fucking great Jaggy or whatever.
Yeah, no,
So it's
I
just like-
totally see your point. I totally
Yeah.
see your point. But I think
It's
if that
being
were
ab-
to turn into the main sort of game loop in an open world, yeah, absolutely. I think it makes a lot
Yeah.
more sense.
Like,
Just being able to like go at your own pace, just like, oh, let me check out these like secrets that I probably wouldn't be able to because I feel pressured or something.
Oh,
mhm.
I think that would be
Zer's brought it up, like, Zer's making it segue really well into the next point, which is Rise and Sunbreak, right? By the way, Zer, I wish you were here when we were talking about Armored Core 6, dude. You're gonna have
I
to
know,
watch
same.
the actual podcast for this. I literally got Beari to say that she's considering buying it, so you can thank me later. Anyway, he says it really well. Rise is more focused on the combat, while World's more focused on old school hunting and atmosphere of what it means to hunt. Because at the end of the
Amen.
day, it might be a hack and slash, but it is more so a hunting genre. Now, we've talked about World and Iceborne world building. I think Rise and Sunbreak decided to make it even more accessible. It decided to give the new gen a taste of what old, like, portability feels like, you know? And to me, they've done an absolute win with that. I think World and Iceborne focused on building up your hype around the world and making it understand that in this series, you, although are a protagonist, this game is not about you. It is about the world. It is about the environment. It's about the ecosystem and why you're there in the first place. Like, we don't play Monster Hunter for the story, but when we are out here in like the Hoarfrost region and we look at all these little monkeys bathing and then they run away because some big ass monster comes to drink and, you know, they run away. Like, one of my favorite things in fucking World and Iceborne, just as a quick side tangent, was collecting pets. That was like one of my favorite things to ever do. It was one of the best things. Like, it's such a minor detail, but for me, it was one of the biggest selling points. Like, Ron and I, because Ron also started with World, we would spend hours on expeditions being like, I don't even want to look at a tutorial where this monster is. I want to follow him around the map to see where I can catch him. And there's like specific spots in World that reward you for that. In the Coral Highlands, there's a very specific spot that you have to go to catch this like big flying thing. And
I remember.
And like when you brought them to your room, oh my god, the fucking rooms in World and Iceborne, dude.
The thing is, like, in Word, you had this feeling of like being. I straight up like remember being like, holy shit, the amount of detail that is in this game.
It's very immersive.
It's unrivaled. It's unrivaled. Like any other game, like huge open worlds, even Elden Ring. Still, Monster Hunter World and Iceborne with their 5-6 maps, I still find more detailed in the how every single thing is perfectly placed there in order to make the experience better.
I see your point. I mean, in Elden Ring, I don't know if I want to get into this debate, to be honest, because like, I love both titles and I see how Elden Ring would be less so because there are more restrictions in that sense, in my opinion, but it's because that's not what Elden Ring is designed for.
Yeah, because
it does feel
Word,
a
of
lot
course,
more
it's
immersive, right?
Word is more compact. Like,
Exactly.
Word is like, I don't know. It's like Elden Ring is like a buffet. You're like, holy shit, there's so much food to it, and it all tastes so fucking good. Well, like Monster Hunter World feels like a
restaurant that does a
like that
dish
super
really
fancy
well.
restaurant that does like a super small dish. It's like one bite or like 2-3 bites, but it's like the best fucking bite you've ever had in your life. They're both good. They both fill you up and they both taste good, but they're two completely different experiences, and I gotta respect Monster Hunter World for committing to that.
That's where Rise and Sunbreak's like, fuck that, we're dialing up to 11. You're fast as fuck now. Good luck.
Yeah.
And they fixed my problem with World and Iceborne, which is there's only one way to really play weapons, and that, you know, at least I don't want to say meta because that's such a volatile term, but there is a right way to play certain weapons. Like, my brother in Christ, Gunlance and fucking World and Iceborne compared to Rise and Sunbreak, nuts.
So fucking
like, Rise and Sunbreak has combat down to a T, and like, because it's like I say, the combat in Rise and Sunbreak, it is very fast, but nothing is as thrilling for me as Counterlancing, Valstrax, or Primordial Malzeno.
Rise is like putting crack in the food that you ordered at the fancy
literally,
restaurant.
and it works. All right, it
and
literally
it
works.
It still tastes good.
Yes, the world building is less adequate. The room, I mean, have made a little video with where Beari was even in it and stuff, where I talked about like Elgato versus Kimura. They still do a wonderful job. Kimura is such a beautiful village.
True.
I love
like
Kimura.
not even including NPCs, it's a gorgeous little place. There are funny little spots for you to go to and explore, but if you compare that to something like, and I hate to say it, to something like Astera, yes, you're gonna get stomped, but you're not supposed to fucking compare them. That's the problem. That's the thing. You ain't supposed to compare them because they're completely like, it's not fair to do so. They're different things.
Even budgets are different for the two games. Like, of course, the thing Rise was like I think a smaller budget. It came out during COVID. It had a lot of shit going on, right? Like, so even like Sunbreak kind of had to like patch up a few things that weren't in Rise.
I'm gonna steal a Gaijin Hunter comparison. It's almost like you're like comparing two different tastes of, or like flavors of ice cream. Because yes, you might like one very much, but you might also like another, but perhaps not as much, or it's perhaps on specific moods or specific days or whatever.
But there's someone that prefers the other
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
There is no such thing as a wrong answer as to what Monster Hunter game you prefer. Like, there isn't. It's objectively your perspective, and that's perfectly valid. And I think, Rise definitely gave way to make the hunt feel less about hunting, more about hack and slash, which is, again, fine. It's a purposefully made decision that
It's
works.
like the point.
It's literally
Right.
the fucking point. Now, Beari started with Rise. And how was that? Because we all I want to like raise a bit of a controversial point here, which is a lot of people say Monster Hunter Rise and Sunbreak is just too easy, and
Bullshit.
but it also
I
is the
can't.
easiest game for a learner to pick up. And I want to see what you have to
I
say
don't
about
even
it.
agree
Beari.
with that, honestly. Like, I just feel like it's just its own thing. Like, I feel like they tried their best to make Rise introductory, right? Like, they tried to make it accessible to a lot of new people who've never played Monster Hunter. And I think they did succeed. But I don't think it's like any less confusing, any less steep of a learning curve than really any other Monster Hunter game, like from what I can
Yeah.
tell. Like
Yeah.
when I started playing World after playing Rise, like I was like, I literally have never played a Monster Hunter game before. Like this is brand new to me. I literally have no idea what's going on. Like I had to like completely learn how to play Monster Hunter again when I played World. So it's like for me, like I spent the first like month and a half. I don't even know. Like it was like a month and a half of just like trying to play Rise and like really enjoying it and like loving the vibe and just being like literally what am I doing? Like literally what am I doing? I have no idea how the fuck to play this game. But I was having fun, right? And like you try out different weapons and eventually you just kind of get used to it. You find something that you like and you watch tutorial videos. So like, you know,
Basically, yeah.
RX
it's not
gaming.
Yeah,
it's
RX
literally
Gaming.
yeah, I mean, shouts out
Our
Erics
savior.
because I
Our
probably would have never
savior.
learned how to play Insect Glaive in World, for example, like
As a
without
side note,
watching.
real quick, Alex, thank you so much for everything you've done for the Monster Hunter community. Yeah, funny.
Communicate.
I really appreciate everything that you've done, man, because you're the one that made me come back to World. And for the Alex boys, 269 and Paradise Central, you guys are doing a fucking killer job.
Keep up the
recent
fucking
video
rework.
The fucking
But also,
video
here's
that
the
you
thing.
did on
Here's the
Armor
thing.
Core 6 is amazing. Sorry, go on.
Erics is amazing. Okay, we love Erics. We love all the Monster Hunter content creators. Okay, we love you. Okay, but also like we always say this, but just can you guys just form your own opinions too though? Like it's not please don't just watch an Eric's video and then be like, "Oh, yep, that's my objective reality now." Like because I feel
I
like
relate
there's
to
just
that on such a
yeah,
high
like
level. Oh,
there's just so much to experience outside of one content creator's like opinion on like a specific thing about like Rise, for example. So it's like yeah, I don't know.
That's
But
exactly why I think that smaller channels in the Monster Hunter community are so fucking valuable.
yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you might have people that come from the same gen, but their perspectives are completely different. Beari and I are 5th gen. We see Monster Hunter as a great fucking franchise, but the way we get there is different, and that is the part that is worth discussing and exploring, right? Because that's what provides feedback for the team. That's how
Play
they
fucking
develop
Monster
it.
Hunter DOS and you'll see if it's a fucking good franchise. Holy shit. I want to hear you say that as you're farming Pink Rathian, motherfucker.
I'm good.
Let me just
I'm
say,
good.
Let me just say though, on the topic of Rise being like supposedly easier or whatever, like they continually added like content and mechanics to the game like over its lifetime as well. So it's like it wasn't I felt like I never got to a point where I was really like
Dale.
super confident in like everything that I was doing and that what was going on. Like I felt like I was always trying to figure out how like which fucking decorations to use for like which weapons and like I still have to
Real.
ask like
Real.
what's like a good build for Insect Glaive in Rise, like etc. And like if anything, if we're talking about decorations, hold up, like the random drop in world for decorations is the
Oh,
what the
boy.
fuck was
seen.
that
Oh,
about?
boy.
that is
What's that?
literally
Oh,
that is
no.
literally the
We
stupidest
don't
shit
fucking
ever.
talk about
We
that.
don't talk about that. Let's move on.
So yeah, I just
Ah!
genuinely think like if Rise was your first Monster Hunter game and you thought it was easy, Bessie, I love that for you. Like, I fucking love that for you, but I don't know, for me, it was just
I mean,
there's like a very steep learning curve. That's like what I tell everyone
when
when
it
they're like
comes
thinking about
to
getting into Monster Hunter.
to my credit with this, like when it comes to difficulty in Monster Hunter, it's so much as it depends on your playstyle, it depends on your weapon, but it also depends on your background. Because if you're someone who has fought Rathian a million fucking times, then when you get to the point where you rise, you're faster than Rathian. Because I've said this so
It's
many
gonna
times.
be a cakewalk.
Yeah, exactly. Because older gen monsters are not fucking designed to keep up. Like monsters, the risen monsters
At
are
all.
designed to be hard. The hazard monsters are designed to be hard, as you
Apex
guys saw
fucking
earlier.
monsters.
Apex monsters are designed to be well. Apex Raffle is a bit of a cakewalk, but like Apex Zinogre is a fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
Apex Arzuros is a nightmare. So like these are the game
Okay, Apex
is
Mizu?
Apex
Kinda
Mizu.
hard.
I mean,
Apex
if you go to
Mizu-
Violet
Apex
Mizu after,
Mizu
it feels
doesn't
like
exist.
a fucking yeah.
Yeah.
Do Apex Mizu and you think it's hard, then you go to Violet Mizu and then you realize what hard is. Like,
Hazard Violet Mizu like threw me for
I
an
don't talk about
actual
it.
fucking
God.
move. I almost cried. I was like, what the fuck? I thought I could play this game. I only
Nah,
have
you
like
wanna
900
move?
hours in this
No.
game.
like any hazard hyper quest will make you fucking want to quit. But that's just that. The thing is, like, there's two types of difficulty. The difficulty that bumps up numbers, aka anomalies, right? And then you have the difficulty which is the actual fight. How does it match your playstyle? How do you counter it? Like, for example, for me, the hardest risen Elder Dragon is Shmagala. It's risen
Not
Shigar
the
Magala. He
I
fucks
I
me
love
up
him.
because he has so much AoE and it
I
fucks
love
me. And he has like moves that follow up exactly after. I'm counter lensing. I'm trying to gun lens this shit. It doesn't work. Okay, he fucks me completely. I'm not mobile. I'm not
For
that
me, it's
mobile.
Crimson, which is the complete opposite.
And then you have Crimson Risen Glow. For me, it's just like he's
I hate
just.
him.
I love him. He's so much
I'm
fun.
sorry.
No, that's
I-
fine.
Nah.
But you see my point. You see my
Yeah,
point here, right?
It's completely
Can't
different.
counter, dude.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
awful. He's
Just
awful.
counter, bro.
It's
Just get good.
miserable.
I'm
So
literally,
get
miserable.
good.
I'm literally just gonna say, get good. Learn to fucking counter. Like that's literally
God.
what. That's
But I'm a
literally
dual
the
blade
key.
main.
You could say the same thing for Riz and Sugar. Just don't
Absolutely.
get fucking. Don't
Absolutely,
get stuck
you
in
can.
2 hours animation.
the
You
thing is,
brother.
absolutely can. That's what I'm trying to say though. That's
Yeah.
exactly it. Like Beari's like, I don't know how to counter or maybe I don't know how to counter properly to Risen Crimson Glow when I'm a Dual Blades main. Meanwhile, I'm out here saying like I'm a fucking counter lens main. This shit's like a dream.
Where's
then
the
I go to
counter
Risen
with dual
Shigaru.
blades? Explain it to me.
You have one where it's like a dash and you can counter with iframes, but then
All
Yeah.
the
another
all
one
the
as well,
wing
but, yeah.
slashes. The
There-
wing
But,
slashes.
you
are
have
the
two.
best
I
ones,
think you
but
have two.
Still a pain in the ass.
But then you have-
But
nonetheless.
they're not.
But then like she's cool with Risen Shigara Magala. He fucking haunts my nightmares. I do not want to hunt him again. He scares me.
fucking triple carded.
He fucking scares me. I triple carded to him twice. Okay.
Yeah, Shmagala is. We were like fucking high on maps though.
So I do agree. You can argue that the game is fundamentally easier because if you have like I said, if you have experience with a Rathian before and now you're faster than a Rathian who is already not that hard of a monster, you're gonna have a really easy time. Someone who just started the fucking game is not gonna have an easy time. Someone who just saw Rathian and just picked up the game is not gonna have an easy time. And that's where the difficulty of it lies, right? And then if you really want to be in a difficult spot, go do hazard quests, go do anomalies, go
Say-
fight Risen Elder Dragons. Like that's where the challenge, quote unquote, really is. That's for the people like they locked it behind higher levels for a fucking reason.
Sarah said something beautiful. Said take a 5th gen hunter and make them play something like Monster Hunter does. It's like taking a cocaine addict to sit them down and put together 100-piece puzzle while doing game of operation on the side.
Exactly.
Gen 2
exactly.
is stressful.
That's exactly it, though. Like the way you play Monster Hunter is what fundamentally dictates what's hard and what's easy. I have monsters that for me are really easy. Like most people whinge about Bazarius and Gravios. He's a fucking cakewalk for me. I'm a gunless
He's a
main. My damage goes
pushover,
straight
yeah.
He's a
through.
pushover, but he's annoying. Nonetheless, he's a
Yeah.
fucking. He's a pain in the ass in the sense like my balls drops to the floor when I'm fighting him.
I mean, damn, that's a comparison and a half. I mean, Jesus.
Okay. Can I-
Isn't that like
Photo evidence that it didn't happen.
No, I thought
Yeah.
I thought it was like a way of saying in Italian. Sorry, I translated it. Maybe it doesn't come across as correctly. It means
Italiano.
mi cadono le palle in the sense like I'm so fucking bored when I'm done with them that it's.
But that's like that's the point that I'm trying to get at. Yes, you can arguably say that Monster Hunter Rise, especially base, because base version of Monster
Base
Hunter, games, especially in
Rises.
World, they're easy. Like, I look back at me getting my ass stomped by something like fucking Anjanath. I meet him in Rise, boxing gloves on for round 2. I fucked him up purely out of spite. He's not that hard. He was never that hard.
like-
Not even in World, he's not hard. But for me,
Yup.
I started in World. Massive pink T-Rex is humiliating me. Nearly made me want to quit the franchise. For those of you
Also,
who know.
the first Monster Hunter is always the hardest. That's
Yeah.
something that everyone.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
I love the fucking things that every fucking Monster Hunter player says is that it's not the game that it's getting easier. It's you that is getting better.
Better, yeah.
That's such a good way to describe
Isn't
Monster
it
Hunter.
Punk Duck that says that?
I think Punk Duck says it as well, but it's like something that like I would hear people saying Monster Hunter for Ultimate lobbies as well. When I'd get stuck on pink Rathian farming, and it was like, oh, I remember randoms in lobbies saying like, oh, I beat it way faster, and they would tell me, yeah, it's not that it's getting easier, you're getting better. I was like, holy shit, that's so fucking cool to just
Your third
hear
eye
as
just opened.
my third eye opens. Like, I get this game now. It's so fucking fun.
Yeah,
that's-
I think a lot of people have that moment. Like,
Yeah,
When
you
they
do
play
get that
Monster Hunter.
moment, and you're just like, oh shit, okay, it's a fun ass game. Right?
Yep. When you beat like Punk Duck, who's a really good YouTuber who's made really good videos on World and Iceborne and Rise and
Yeah.
Sunbreak, he says that like the whole point is that if you're coming from World and Iceborne to Rise and Sunbreak, yes, you're gonna be smoking the early game monsters.
I'll
Like,
be honest,
most
though,
of the
this is why I
monsters are-
get frustrated with the Monster Hunter vets because they
The-
act so cocky. And you're like,
Man,
Bestie, this is
you're
my first time
better.
doing this.
Exactly, like, but
Bestie."
that's the
like,
thing. Most
you-
people, and that's the thing. Most actual veterans don't fucking say that. It's the people that start with Gen 5. A lot of them, as a fucking 5th leader myself, I say that. A lot of people join it and they're just like, man, Rise is easy, barely worth the pushover. And I was just like, that's because you're doing the easy shit.
Kill yourself.
oh my god.
That's because you're doing the
yeah.
easy stuff. Like, of course, you're gonna have an easy time against the Rathian when you fought her. Like, we fought the Rathian before. She has 1 or 2 new moves, and you are fast as shit. Like,
Which is
obviously.
like, I don't know. I guess I'm a little masochistic because I like that it's hard. Like, I like that Monster Hunter
You heard it
like
first
the
here,
Hazard
folks.
Quest.
Barry likes the hard.
I
Someone could
Is there a
I
first
literally
confirmed?
say that all the time. Wait, Neos is literally trying to trigger me with flinch free right now because I refuse to put flinch free on my fucking build. I actually refuse.
Wow.
Same.
Wow. Wow.
But yeah, no, I think it's just I like that. For example, Risen Crimson Glow is ridiculously hard for me as someone who plays dual plates. Like, it's just miserable. It's just a miserable fight. But like, I'm still having fun. Like, it's not a cakewalk. Like, I'm not beating up a Rathian for the 100th time. Like, I'm not fighting Magnum Aloe for the 500th time. Like,
I'm like a angry parent that just remembered something that their kid did. Just let's remind people that are complaining about Rise difficulty that Monster Hunter World Iceborne was review bombed when Alatrin dropped.
Was too
People
hard.
couldn't
Yep.
fucking update their
The first video I did.
now,
The first
now,
video
now
I did,
I'm the
dude.
disappointed father that's just
Wah,
like, when,
babies.
you bitches are
That was Gen
complaining.
5. That was my gen. I got to Electrion. I got my ass handed to me. I was like, I need to learn how to do a good elemental build. That's what I need to do. I need to stop being stubborn.
Literally just get
Motherfucker.
good.
Motherfuckers out here on Twitter and on YouTube, and like on Steam, the game got review bombed, and I was like, this is literally the people that represent my fucking gen. This shit
So
is so
bad.
trash. Why am I
Yeah.
gonna get mixed in this? Like, if you, I'm just gonna say it. If a monster in Monster Hunter in any game is owning you, it's because you're bad. I'm just saying it as someone who gets
Damn.
bent over the knee
God.
whenever Risen Shigaru looks at me funny. Okay? I
Or
will
Flaming
tell you.
Espinosa.
Or Flame. I mean, that was a hazard quest. It's a bit different. But it's like
I'm just saying.
monsters in general, like if I recognize that there are monsters that people find easy that I like I'm like gripping my desk when I cart to them because they frustrate the shit out of me in a fun way. In a fun way, right?
Yeah. Like, it's fun, right?
And that's
Yeah.
the thing, like, that's the point with stuff like review bombing Iceborne because, oh my god, elemental weapons.
I can't use
What?
my blast weapon.
His eschaton judgment is so shut up, you snowflake. Get bent, get an ice weapon, and get back in there. Simple
Yeah.
as.
Actually,
Like, because that's like Alatran was like the old Monster Hunter experience. That's how it was. You find a monster that it's super weak to ice, you get your ass back into the 2 stars quest, and you farm that shitty ice weapon that you can upgrade.
it's that
That's
easy.
Monster Hunter. That's Monster Hunter. It's getting your ass back to gathering fucking blue shrooms because you need them for your
If
stupid ass.
If
on.
anything, that's beautiful, right? Because
That's
people
beautiful. You're
get
fighting-
so comfortable in their like little fucking blast meta. Everyone gets so comfortable
In
when
blast
they feel
meta,
like they're
yeah.
good. Like, damn, just play the game.
Yeah, no, no.
Like,
Let
but-
me
but
tell
the
you.
thing-
Let me sum it up here in terms of this particular topic, because there's something else that there's a couple of other things that we need to talk about.
Yeah,
It's gonna take time.
we're
And I can be here all night, but I'm just conscious
I have
of
to
your
pee so
time,
bad.
right? And
Yeah.
you can go to the bathroom if you want. You don't have to
No,
stay.
I don't want to
Yeah.
miss anything
Okay.
we're talking about.
That's so cute. You're so adorable.
my
Anyway,
God.
what I was gonna say is, let me say it this way, right? You know, you little you there, Hunter, that got really salty
Hi.
when you
Boy.
when you got your ass beat by a Latrion because you refused to make an elemental weapon. That was a wake up call. That was a wake up call. This game, it ain't about you. It's about the huge fucking dragon you gotta kill. So adapt, because I'm gonna tell you this right now. Real life's the exact fucking same, buddy.
But my
Real
deeps-
life's the exact same, buddy. The second that comfort zone of yours is over, that's when real life begins, motherfucker. And I'm gonna tell you right now, real life's gonna do you worse than Elatrian did in Iceborne. So get your ass in gear and do it. Stop whinging. Because I
But
had
my
to do it.
dupes.
You're gonna have to do it too.
Where's my IRL crit set? Come on.
Literally, bruh. Like, where's my IRL meta sets, huh?
For real.
It's not how it is. The game's not about you, it's about the monster. Learn how to beat it or fuck off. It's that simple.
Where's my sub 5?
Now, now, continuing on to the next bit, I want you guys to give me your favorite monster from Gen 5. And we can have a
Ooh,
quick
does it mean
nerd
like
out about it.
Born like
All of
Born,
them?
maiden?
All
born
of
Gen
them?
5. Born,
Born
Gen
Gen
5.
5.
Not
Born
brought
Gen 5.
back Gen 5, born Gen 5.
Fuck. Okay. Safi. Fucking Safi. Fucking.
Safajiva.
I'm still like either Safi or Basil because like I love both of them.
Pinecone. Rurikon would be so proud of you right now.
Like
hate-
I'll be honest. Like I think the most important thing when making a monster, it's not how hard the fight is, but how iconic is it? Like you don't fucking forget the first time you encountered the pine cone, right? You will always remember your Basil encounters. Everyone does. Like everyone remembers the fucking first time Devil Joe shows up after a Kurupeko. But the thing with Basil, yeah, Kiki, I threw it in there on purpose. But like the thing is, like as I mentioned earlier, like the moment where you reach the third layer and you're fighting Safi, and for the first time in Monster Hunter history, it's not that Proof of a Hero starts playing and the theme of the monster stops. It's different this time. This time, Safi Jiva's theme and Proof of a Hero theme starts mashing up, and it's literally the hunter against the fucking giant monster fighting each other. It's not your moment. It's like both of you guys' moment. That feels so fucking cool because that's the meaning of Proof of a Hero. It means that it's your moment to shine. Well, right now it's a battle between who actually has to win this fight, and that feels so fucking good. It's
And by the way,
that...
chat, you guys are also included. Sorry, DuplEx. I just want to say, chat, you're also
Yeah.
included in this. Keep dropping your favorite monsters because I'm seeing Namiel and Dodogama, and I'm very pleased.
Hell yeah, hell yeah,
So
and even
keep
like
going.
even Basil, of course, because Basil is just it's peak design, cool aesthetic, cool concept, cool theme, cool sound design. The fact that his roar is a siren, it's got everything going on for him. He's a fucking annoying asshole. I love him so much. I just
Dude, I
wish
love
they.
seeding basil so much.
Yeah, I just wish he was still an invader. I also love that they shadow dropped him in Rice. It's such a Betelgeuse thing to do. They just didn't announce him. He just shows up. So like Master Figan's like, oh, he showed up out of fucking nowhere. Go hunt a fucking Basil. I'm like, okay, and he just dives bombs on me. That's how Basil should be. He's like the invading tyrant. He doesn't give a shit. He crosses generations of Monster Hunter game. Like I'll be surprised if like they shadow drop Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate update. I'm playing on my 3DS and
Basil
Basil
just bombed you.
it's just like it's like a 4K model show out of nowhere.
So we got
I'd be so down
Safajiva.
for
So,
that.
I mean, chat picks. I'm gonna go through some chat picks at the end because I think we want to discuss
even
it.
Valazak, because Valazak for design purely because he's a cool guy.
Motherfucker asked for one monster.
Yeah.
You've given me
I'm
three.
sorry. You said I was gonna. I told you I was gonna geek out and open up Pandora's box. So.
I'm trolling you. You know,
I know,
you're
I
more
know.
than welcome to speak. I wanted because like I'm trying to make it hard by saying we have to focus on the 5th gen, right? Because 5th gen is ended. So I'm trying to. So
It's
far
so
we
many
got
good monsters,
Safajiva
though.
from DuplEx. I know that's why it's hard. It's a hard question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Exactly. This is why I'm not telling you guys shit before the show starts, so that I can get your actual reaction.
Though probably if I had to pick just one to represent how much I don't know if Basil Safi. I think. Fuck no, it's Safi.
It's
Safi.
Safi. I mean, I'm
It's
sorry.
Safi.
I like
It's
Basil
Safi.
as much as the next guy, but Safi.
No. I think Safi. It's better symphony for impact, but as a monster as a whole, I prefer Basil. That's it.
Nice. And Kiki, what about you? Favorite monster?
Those
Because you're.
serpents?
Oh?
Those serpents, though?
Oh, Ibushi and Narwa.
Ibushi and Nara, I remember, just doing the Ibushi hunt for the first time, base rise and whatnot. The experience was unlike anything I've ever experienced in a monster. Just seeing that gate just load immediately, and then just seeing this like weird ass fucking snake thing just hanging upside down, like, hi everybody, like. And meanwhile, you just got this like music that's just like super fucking high and making me like throw it back while hunting it. Like, God,
Throw it back while hunting. Let's
It's
go.
true. It's
Based.
so good.
Ibushi and Narwa, they were great. I really liked
Yeah.
them. They were the
And
ones that
then-
made me think Amatsu was gonna come back.
I'm not a huge
Yeah.
fan of them, but I still think they're pretty cool. They're a pretty cool boss. I don't want to be the
Real
party
answer
pooper.
to
I'm sorry.
Tranodon.
The Tranodon.
Based.
The Tranodon
Real
deserved the
answer to Tranodon.
subspecies, man. Like, we're
Yeah, I
a
agree.
variant.
I love my funny boy, despite
Strongly
me wanting to
agree.
eat
He
it.
didn't get the love he deserved. He's in with Gosfarag, you know? He didn't get the love he deserved.
Yeah.
I agree.
Oh, man. Frog boy.
Froggy.
I do love Tetranodon, dude.
Froggy.
What about
Hell
what?
yeah.
Such a fun one.
He
What about
is.
you,
He's so
Beari?
good.
God. I don't want to say mine.
She's about to
it.
drop like it's beshitten.
All right, listen,
Nergigante.
Wait, okay. Okay, so I know Flaming Espinosa technically was introduced in Frontier or whatever. Espinosa, right? But if it was
Espinas, yeah.
originally...
I think
if it was
Espinas
originally-
is. I think Flaming
It's
Espinas is
Frontier.
original.
It's Frontier. No.
no,
Flaming
they're both-
Espinas is Frontier. It's Frontier.
Yeah. They're both Frontier, but
It's the first time they're in the mainline series, so I guess you could
yes.
consider
So if they were, I'm just saying. This is just a side note. I think Flaming Espinosa would be my favorite, but I'm gonna say, Scorn to Magnum Mallow.
I mean,
Based.
I don't see
Based.
why
Is
you're
that based?
laughing.
Kiss my hand.
Based.
I don't
Based.
know. I
not-
don't know.
It's not
I
like
love
Ruiner.
him.
You didn't say Ruiner Nergi. In that case, we would have been offended. But
Now, okay, so keep in mind
'Cause it's
now
nerdy
there are some Gen 5 monsters that I've never experienced, like from World. I never finished Iceborne, but personally, I don't know. I think it's gotta be Scorn Magnum Mallow. He's just
Scorn
such a
Maggie is
cool.
based as
Super
fuck.
cool.
Yeah,
Hold on.
he's
Such
such
a
a
dope
cool
design.
like redesign
So
of
cool.
base Magna. I love him.
Thing is,
His
like,
fight is so fun.
Fanged wyverns tend to be more canine, so like Zenogre, Odogaron,
Yeah.
Lunagaron, and he's more like a tiger, so feline inspired, and he plays really different. So I really like that. I think we need more of that actually.
Yeah, if it was just Rice, I would have picked Magnoel as well because he's such a good
I
design.
genuinely thought she was gonna fuck around and say "Damn your Hermitor," and I was just like, "You're saying
I
that
thought
because it was the
Yeah!
most."
I thought she was gonna say Volvidon, and I would have gotten like unironically mad.
Oh my god.
What
Could
about
you
you, Art?
imagine?
We skipped you.
What about me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah, what
Primordial
about
Zeno,
you?
of course.
Yeah,
fair
I
enough.
already
Are
know.
you
Okay.
joking? Like, do
Yeah,
I
no,
have to?
I was expecting.
And we're back to
another.
square one. We're
I
back
was
where it
expecting
happened.
Literally,
another
we've done
one,
full
like,
circle here, and
I
I'm
was
not going to spend
expecting a
much time on
bonus
it.
aside from that one.
Oh well, I can give you a second pick if you want.
Yeah, a second.
Don't
pick.
say Risen Crimson.
No.
No.
We're not
Well,
counting Risens and stuff.
Yeah,
It's
we're not.
Okay.
new, yeah,
And
but
plus,
technically,
like, I'm not gonna give the boring answer of like Crimson and I mean, Primordial is my favorite from 5th gen. He is just like he's perfect for me.
Clean.
Let's be real.
Yeah.
And but if you want me to look at a different monster, dude, I fucking vibed with Nergigante.
Hell yeah.
But it's not him. It's not
the
him.
Nergy fanboy.
It's not him. It's not him. You guys, none of you guys have brought this monster up.
Nami, I suppose.
Nope. Someone brought up
No.
Nami in the chat. Valhazak.
Yeah, I said it earlier.
You know what? I was
Yeah,
actually
you-
just thinking I really would have
Yeah,
liked
yeah.
to see
Valhazak
Valhazak.
is so. It's a
In
Bloodborne
Rise.
boss. It's literally
a
Bloodborne
Bloodborne
boss.
so
boss.
creepy.
It's a
I
Bloodborne
love
boss.
him.
And
Yeah.
his area is fucking awesome. He literally he piss chillin'. Like he literally just piss chillin'. No one's bothering him. He's out here like I'm controlling bacteria. Like he's literally the
Yeah,
COVID
but
dragon before
Black
COVID
Veil-
was a thing.
But Black Veil though. But Black Veil though.
And the thing is, do you guys know the lore behind Black Veil and
He
regular
literally
Hazak?
just makes fucking spores and he just makes its little
Yeah.
little
So
rotten
the problem, yeah, because Valhazak, a lot of people want him back, but let me explain to you why that might not happen. Because Valhazak needs to be in the Rotten Vale or it dies. It's that simple.
Yeah.
He needs the effluvium to survive. That's how he is alive. Like he uses rotten meat to coat himself, but he uses the effluvium to survive. And when Black Veil, because that's why you only find Valhazak in the Rotten Vale. You don't find him anywhere else until you get to Black Veil Valhazak. That is a Valhazak who at some point in maturing said, I'm a head
Fuck
out.
it. I want to head out.
I'm a head out.
Bye.
He grew spores in his body that I don't know if they maintained or if they produced effluvium to a certain degree, but that's the point. He literally he becomes blind, like willingly blinds himself so that he can grow spores to the point where he can head out into the ancient forest.
So
and
fucking cool.
theoretically speaking, other
That's
places as
so
well. That's why people
That's
are
so
like,
sick.
oh, sometimes we might be able to see Black Veil Valhazak somewhere else. Not entirely, wrong. Completely possible
I hope
because
so.
that's
I
what
really hope
that's what
so.
Black Veil Valhazak does, right? He goes, but the point is he can't go too far because Black Veil Valhazak at the end of his he goes. No, the thing is he literally goes back to the Rotten Vale. He goes, you know what? I've gone around a bit
This
too
sucks.
much. I want to go home. Like I'm literally blind, and it's not worth it.
Mick said literally, bro said I want to touch some
Motherfucker
grass.
went to Italy and
Yeah.
went, that's it, I'm done. I'm going
Bro,
back.
bro said I want to
I'm
touch some
good.
grass and
Oh.
went to the fucking forest.
But yeah, Valhazak is definitely going to be my
Yeah, agreed.
second pick for Gen 5.
Agreed.
And now we come to the last, but possibly the longest, depending on what people have to say. Monster Hunter 6 brainstorming.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Let's start
Okay.
real simple. When do you guys think we're going to get something about it? Because I think it's going to be Gamescom in August.
Please.
We might get a
No.
teaser.
I think we get I'm pretty sure, and everyone is mentioning the fact that it's probably gonna see something at the Tokyo Game Show
Yep,
this
yep.
September.
Mhm.
Then I think the release date is probably scheduled for like late 2024. I hope to God, because I'm so done with this franchise. Potentially 2025. Please, I don't want more fucking Anjanath theme requests under my videos. Stop that. I'm so tired. But aside from that, yeah, I imagine somewhere between halfway through 2024 or potentially the end of 2024.
Summer 2024 is definitely when I think it's going to be released.
or
but-
even later
Yeah.
potentially.
or like
Yeah.
autumn 2024,
'Cause-
like
'cause-
towards
'cause
the second half of 2024.
Capcom usually targets for Monster Hunter the holidays. So like
Yep.
if you notice, they usually
Summer break.
post them before summer break or winter break. So
Yep, it's one
it's
or the
either gonna
other.
be summer or it's gonna be
But I
something
disagree
like
with you
December.
in one thing, DuplEx.
Hmm?
I personally don't think that Tokyo Game Show is the best place to showcase a teaser. I'm not talking about a trailer. I'm talking about a teaser for Monster Hunter.
I
But
guess.
Because
But the thing is-
with Gamescom is one of the very few events out there that are still alive and kicking. And I
yeah,
personally feel like in a West, because there's so much attention on it now, because E3 doesn't exist. Summer Game Fest was weird, and because there was more. I mean, there was films
Nothing.
and shit.
There
in
was
there, like,
nothing.
What the fuck? There was a couple of good things, but
Yeah.
definitely overhyped. But like Gamescom is going to be extremely
Pretty
looked
good,
into,
yeah.
and I'm not gonna say it's gonna be pretty good. I'm just gonna say there's a lot of eyes on it. And because they have, like, now the majority of the Monster Hunter fan base is in the West.
Yeah,
It's
but
no longer Japan itself.
the thing
So
is,
I
like-
personally think it's a missed opportunity if they
But even
If they
Rise
don't-
got announced in the Tokyo Game Show, if you remember. And the thing is, like in general, I remember Ryoto Tsujimoto saying, the director for Monster Hunter World, as he says every single time, is that he said in an interview, "Keep your eyes on the Tokyo Game Show." So I could be fucking dumb, and he could be
Gaijin
announcing Monster
debunked
Hunter.
this.
He could be announcing. Okay. Then I'll just.
So like this is an interesting one because I was very much of the same point, right? But it's apparently a mistranslated thing because because we have it was a mistranslated thing where he basically just said, yeah, we're probably going to talk about it. It was like the most mundane, non-descriptive term, and everyone's like, "Holy shit, guys! It's Tokyo Game Show for
Okay,
sure."
I see.
But it's
see.
like Gaijin Hunter literally looked through this on the Third Fleet podcast, and he broke it down. It was nowhere near that amount of accuracy.
Detail.
It was.
Yeah.
I mean, we have someone in the chat saying. I mean, the chat's a bit delayed on the screen, but here we can actually see it. Saying "Devil's Advocate," Monster Hunter 6 and out on Xbox. I
Probably.
mean.
Probably.
Not a bad idea. Not bad. When is the Xbox
PS4,
showcase?
And then
On the Xbox showcase, I mean,
When is it gonna happen? Does anyone know?
I don't
didn't
think it's
the
gonna be soon though.
showcase already happen?
He,
Wait a second.
I
I don't remember.
there was one at Summer Game Fest though. There was
Isn't
the Xbox.
Yeah,
wasn't it last month?
Yeah, it was at
Yeah.
the Summer Game
But
Fest.
was that the
I-
showcase, like the actual Xbox showcase, or was
The
it, or was it a
Yeah.
segment?
The
It
Xbox
was no,
Game
it was like an
Showcase.
Xbox game showcase.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I
don't know
think in general, I think it's gonna I don't think it really matters when. It matters when it drops, and it's probably
No,
gonna
that's
be
that's why I said like this is the first thing to talk about because it's the least important.
Yeah.
But and I want to like Barry Kiki. Any further input on this, or you don't really care?
I just gotta say, I keep seeing people say that it's gonna come out March of next year.
It's not gonna be.
And
God
I
no.
just-
God
I
no.
just think-
Please, no.
That
never.
is the
Do you
stupidest
guys
fucking thing I've
realize how
ever
quick
heard.
that
Like,
is?
do you
But that's
even
the 20th
understand?
anniversary. I would like at least a little trailer or something. That would be cute.
I think
Yeah,
they're
it's
probably gonna
prob-
give us something, but it's not gonna be the release of the fucking game.
No,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
be
yeah.
towards
What
the
the
end
hell?
of 2024,
Like,
if that.
Monster Hunter 1 remastered.
Play a
I'm just
different
telling
game.
you all, like,
Get a life,
please,
bro.
I agree.
literally stop expecting it to release March 2024. Literally stop expecting that.
Yeah.
Like-
yeah.
The game is not going to be released March 2024. They would have already announced.
Yeah, no, they
like,
would have. It would
the-
have been way too short notice for them to do it that way. Then.
Yeah,
But I agree.
but
I agree.
yeah.
I do.
I do think it's
I'm quite-
possible it can come out in 2024, but it won't be until like
late.
I don't think it will
2024.
be until the second
One
half of the
question
year.
is which consoles?
It's gonna be home consoles, PC and home consoles. Is
Yeah.
definitely
Yeah,
what
Yeah.
it
but
is.
like even old gen. That's one question that I'm curious
What do
about.
you mean old gen?
Like PS4 and Xbox
No,
One.
definitely not PS4.
No, PS4's gone.
PS4 is
PS4
gone.
is gone. Yeah, okay, we're all on the
PS5,
same page.
Xbox Series X, and
We're all on the
PC.
same page,
That's where
yeah.
they're gonna come out.
God, I hope
I'm gonna be
I know-
playing on PC, obviously.
I know it's not
Same.
gonna run on my
Same.
Steam Deck. I know it's not gonna run on it. I desperately
Oh,
want to
you
play
mean
Monster
the
Hunter on the
Steam
go.
Deck that you sold your Switch for? You fucking
Yes,
clown!
yes, I fucking did, and I'm proud of it. I'm playing near Replicant on the bus.
Okay, that is a flex. That is a flex.
That is a
That is a
flex.
flex.
Mhm.
But yeah, definitely. I think we'll all agree on that. Late 2024, if that. Home consoles
If
for
that.
sure.
I think
And-
it could
Yeah,
very easily come
For
out in
the
2025
love
as well.
of Christ,
It's not coming on
let
Switch.
me open this up straight away. Crossplay, please.
Please!
Capcom, I beg.
I don't think Capcom will make the mistake of not releasing this
It
game
would be. I'm not
crossplay.
gonna lie.
3
I would-
times in a row.
Like
I
I've
would-
said, I trust Capcom with my fucking life at this point. I
It'll be
really don't
disappointing,
think
like genuinely disappointing.
It will
It would
be
be such a missed
soul-crushing.
opportunity. It would be
Yeah.
shit.
No, I would be genuinely upset. Like I'll be
like
honest. Like
frankly, if they have to delay the game
Do it.
for
Fuck
it
it.
to have
Don't care.
crossplay,
Do it.
do
no,
it.
but it's not even. I think it's not. It's a problem with like I think the companies like PlayStation and Sony and stuff like that. For sure, that's the main problem because Capcom knows, and Capcom has the fucking bank to like make their own.
They have the
private
money.
servers.
Thing is, right?
It-
I'm gonna play a bit. I'm gonna play a bit of devil's advocate here. Okay. If it, I
Okay.
mean, I'm just gonna say if it doesn't come out with crossplay, I'm gonna be crushed. It's gonna be shit. Because like
100%.
I haven't played Rise with Kiki or Beari. I haven't played Rise with so many of my subscribers that want to play with me, which sucks. Because I'm not about
Yeah.
to start a fucking new save. I'm not about to do the grind again. I'm exhausted. I'm not
God,
doing it.
Hell no.
That's why I'm going
God.
back to GU, and I've played with more people in GU in like a month than I've played with people with Rise, right? But here's the thing, Capcom, I don't blame Capcom for not putting crossplay on Rise and Generation,
Yeah.
not Rise and
Word.
World, because like for me it's like, dude, are you crazy? Like putting crossplay between Switch and PC, are you nuts? Like that would have been hard. With Monster
yeah.
Hunter, that would have been really fucking hard, especially because this game's developed during COVID. Don't forget that. Now,
Yeah.
with
True.
World and Iceborne, again, like, man, that just seems like effort that would defeat the purpose. They are already taking such a huge fucking risk with westernizing the game to that level. If it failed and it was crossplay, like that's one more.
Servers are just like
Exactly. That's where I was going to. Servers.
operating the servers at a loss. Yeah.
Like you are literally you're fucking cutting a leg off and going for a marathon, right? It's not good. But if it doesn't come through in Monster Hunter 6, especially after Wild Hearts pulled it off, I mean,
Yeah.
Albeit
I
kind
mean,
I'm just gonna say Wild Hearts clowned on itself. That's fine. But
They
one of the
made
good
an
things that it
attempt.
did,
They made a lot of they made a lot of mistakes, but you gotta like recognize the things it did.
the
right,
only
at least
mistake
in
they
direction.
did was
It's
performance,
shitty
which
performance.
is huge. It's a huge problem. Don't get me wrong. Completely
I
put
mean,
me
I
off the
gave
game.
up playing it because
Same,
every
same.
single time I tried to play it,
Yeah,
it
I
crashed.
refunded it because
I didn't get to refund it because I played it for 4
Yeah.
hours, so I didn't get to do it. But I will say, like, visually, gameplay, and like content-wise, the fucking game slaps. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
but
gorgeous.
it's and they did that. They took that step, which is the biggest flex because they went up to the market that is dominated by Monster Hunter and people like Dauntless, right? And they just went, "Oh, you haven't done that yet.
Dauntless is
I've done it. Here you go. What now? What's your move next?" Like, it's a power play. It's a fucking power play because they
It's
literally
sick,
turned around to
honestly.
Capcom and they went, "What are you gonna do now? Huh,
We can
big
do
boy?
it.
You gonna piss your
I
pants?"
love Wild Hearts. I love playing a slideshow. I love playing a PowerPoint presentation.
Just call it art direction. It's fine.
Yeah, it's just art direction. But yeah, so okay, and I wanna hear like things that you guys want in Monster Hunter 6. Because this is the bit
Underwater.
this is quite literally the part of the fucking like running order. Because everything so far, because I'm so incredibly organized, has been quite literally pinpointed to it, like it's been bullet pointed. This one is just Monster Hunter 6 Brainstorm. So we can be here for hours, okay? I just want to know what you guys have to say. What do you want to see in
Connected
Monster
areas.
Hunter 6?
Connected areas. That's my-
Hypnocatrice.
Hypnocatrice.
I want connected areas. That's the only thing I want. I want to be able to jump down from the Coral Highland down to the Runvale. I'm fine if there's a loading screen, but I want the chance to be that I can just be like, okay, I want to hunt a monster in the Runvale. I don't go back to camp and then I go to the Runvale. I jump down from the Coral Highland. I pick a quest there and I start hunting a fucking Odogaron or whatever it is. I want that.
You know, they kind of did something like that with Tears of the Kingdom, where it's just like, you have just like the overworld, right? But just like you also have
The
depth,
under,
and you
the
go
depth.
Yeah.
down a
Exactly.
chasm, and it loads everything while
Yeah.
you're traveling down that chasm. I feel like you could do that
fine
with
with a
Monster
load.
Hunter.
I'm fine with a loading screen as well. Like it's not a matter of if there's the loading screen. It's
yeah.
just the mentality, because I'll be honest, the formula works of like hunting, then going back to base and farm and crafting. It always works. It has worked for the past 20 years. But it would be cool to see it being evolving, right? Down to its
Changes, yeah.
fundamentals. And so like having the chance to go on multiple huntathons and then come back and just get all the materials. Just imagine how fun it would be if to make mix sets. Like I need a piece from Odogaran and I need a piece from Legiana. So I plan out a route. I go through the ancient forest, then I go up the Coral Highlands, and then I jump down and go in.
That's what I'm talking about.
That shit would be so fun.
That's what I'm talking about.
That shit would be so fun.
Be nuts. Because then if you're doing it with friends as well, you could. That's what I'm talking about. This is where an open world aspect to it, or semi-open world,
doesn't need
could
to be
function.
open world. It's semi-open world, kind of like Arceus. You know, Legend of Arceus.
Yep.
Kind of that direction. So like
that's already what Rise is basically.
Yeah, but like you
Kind
always
of.
go back to camp. You know, there's not the you hunt and then you keep hunting.
I think the thing that DuplEx is saying is more so
freedom in the exploration.
They can be their own areas, but rather than have to go back to but then I raise you a question, and this is not me saying that your opinion is trash. I would say that off stream, not on stream, but it's my challenge to you here is, DuplEx, if I can be between hunting areas, then what is the point in having a hub area?
Because that's where you go to craft your stuff or to like work on decos and stuff like that.
See, this is where I wanted to just be an open world, like where there's like a central place.
There's a central place,
but I don't like have to necessarily go there for like literally everything.
Let me give you a little food for thought here, okay? Because here's my argument. Here's what I'm trying to get at. If you are trying to make it so that you can be out in the world and you can be fully sustained by whatever it is that you do, right? Then you need to think carefully about the purpose of a hub. Because then you can have something like a farm, something like the smithy, but if all of that is outside, then you're at least in my eyes, you're making the hub area useless. Or at least not exclusive. That useless perhaps might not be the best word. Exclusive. And now my counter argument to that here is, right? We've been talking about semi-open world, and I think that this is quite a broad term. But let me explain to you guys. I'm gonna give an example, which some people might understand, some people might not. The Nier games, more specifically Nier Automata and Nier Replicant. You have a quote-unquote hub area where you can do shit like save the game, craft weapons, all that shit. But you can walk around and you go through these little loading areas. But like let's literally make it as a square, right? At the center of the square, that's your hub. That's a little village. But if you go outside the left side of the village, you're off to the desert. Right side, you're off to a beach. The front side of it, like north, you're going to the mountains. South, you're going
perfectly
underground.
Connected.
And then in between, there's some of them that have ways to go through like one by one. But then you have to think very carefully about the elements you place in the hub. They have to be exclusive. Otherwise, their hub serves no purpose.
Yeah. The point I was trying to make is that the crafting, it's still exclusive. I'm talking exclusively on the hunting aspect, that it's more interconnected. But when it comes to the going back and crafting, I'm with you 100% on the idea of going back to base and crafting stuff there and being exclusive to that place.
So I think this is where your view and Beari's slightly different, because correct me if I'm wrong.
She's
Beari,
full open board, I think.
You did mention that you would.
I
like
want
to
it to
craft
still
stuff
be
outside.
a hub, with like you can. There's a blacksmith there. You have to go back to the hub. But
you can open up your map and warp there. I'll be honest. Like you already do that in Word. Like if you're in the open.
I just want it to be an open world, like where it's like not. Like, I don't want to go in between different maps. Like, I just want it to be one open world where I can go back to the hub and then go some other place, and then if I realize I need something, I can just go to some other place. And I don't have to like go back to the hub and then go to a different map and then go back to the hub and go to a different
Yeah.
map. Like that's
I
really
get you. I
just
get
like
you.
the core thing that I want to see
It
change.
would be
Like,
cool to see how it works because we don't even know if it's a fun thing because
Exactly.
the dope
We're out here talking like this is the
yeah,
next
but
big thing. It could be
the
a
dope
flop.
thing of this concept is that it would leave it would still allow people that want to do the hunt and then go back to the base. They could still do that, right?
I
You
think
could still
I
hunt the monster and then go back to the base. But
the market. Oh, sorry. Go on.
but the thing is, like, you could, on the other hand, just do a hunt-a-thon and go through all the locales and then go back to base.
The marker that I would place is I reckon crafting in terms of armor, weapons, and farms. So item farms, like what literally the farms. They should be in a hub area. And then
Yeah,
if you
I
want
agree.
to hunt, what
Yeah.
you can do is you can select the starting point of that hunt and you can look at the monsters that are in different parts of this world and you can go and look for them. And then you can even think about ways of like bringing them together, right? I mean, fucking stink minks were a thing, so you can do that again. I don't know, but for me, it's very much still. I want the world to be able to be a place to explore and breathe and and live in, but I also want a home, and I really cannot stress this enough. I need the social aspects of Monster Hunter back.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
cannot.
We need hubs.
In good
We need the
faith,
fucking gathering hub.
I cannot in good
Please.
faith defend another Elgato.
No.
I don't want another
We need the
Strongly
arm
agree.
wrestle. We need
Yeah.
the
hot
saunas,
spring?
the hot
Yeah, I
springs,
need
yeah.
the hot spring. Boy, what I wouldn't do to see Beari in a fucking bath towel. What
No,
the
we need-
fuck? No, I'm kidding.
I need
Obviously,
to whoop
friend, this is
someone's
banter.
ass. We need
but
someone
actually,
like the
I
arm wrestle.
it really is like especially if we're talking about like there's gonna be crossplay, like there's honestly in my mind personally, there's no way they're gonna release this game without crossplay. So like if they don't give us like a proper feel good, cozy downtime gathering hub, like they will have made a mistake. Like
Yep.
But I think
because
they know because like they know that the
They don't
gathering
make
hub
the
in
same mistake
Celiana is so
twice.
good.
And
that's the thing. It's not gonna be a portable game. So it's like
and even the
like
thing even the thing of this is like you can argue that they don't make the same mistakes twice, but even everything they did in Rise of Sunbreak, it's like intentional. It's not a mistake. It was
Yeah.
there purposefully.
But
Yeah.
I also like, for example, the idea that I can go around the main area with my teammates. So the best option would be making a gathering hub, but also making the village accessible with other teammates.
Yeah.
I like because I like the idea of going around Astera or Celiana with my teammates. It would be cool. It would be cozy. Going to babushka cats and having
Babushka
dinner,
cat.
just and having dinner together. Like that's I think it'll be like a fun element in
Yeah.
teamwork. And also, for the love of God, make co-op progression easier than in fucking Word and Iceborne.
Yeah.
Please don't make me watch a cutscene before I have to play with my friends.
I think they did it pretty well in Rise.
Yeah, they didn't Rise. Please, let's not take a step back and go back to Word.
No, they won't. They won't.
I know.
Ooh.
I hope.
I know that caused trauma, but like they won't. And also, can I just say, Toasty, you're fucking right. Bring Prowlers back. Let's
Bring
not-
Also,
Please.
yes,
I'm
I saw
begging.
that. I saw that, and now I have never personally experienced that, but you guys know me well enough
Ooh.
that
I've barely.
I'm pretty sure Prowlers is like my fucking thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I would love to see that.
You need
Also,
to buy
what they
GU.
said-
Get GU.
If
I know.
yeah, I was about to say if you get you, I will just send you one of my cats.
Oh my god, you can do that.
It's I mean
Yeah.
it's such a good it's such a good way to play because technically speaking, Prowler is a weapon, right?
Yeah, it's a weapon, and that's what I was wanting to get at. Do you think there's gonna be new weapons?
Okay, that's exactly what I was going to say.
I
Yeah,
That's
we're
like
all
what I
getting to
want.
it.
I'll be
I-
honest with you, Chief.
I want there to
don't
be
think
at
so.
least.
But
Like,
it would be cool. It would. Be
I think there should be like
cool.
4 new, completely new.
two
weapons.
new weapons, kind of like they did in 4 Ultimate with the Insect Glaive and the Charge Blade. 2 new weapons.
I think
would be
it
fine
could
with
easily be 4
Kiki,
new
are you
weapons.
can I ask, are you on my side here? Do you
I
think
know
this
it's
is too
not gonna be.
optimistic?
It's not gonna be. It's not gonna be. I
Listen,
know it.
I'm not gonna
But it would be
disagree.
cool.
I'm not gonna disagree because I'm gonna be real with you guys. A new weapon, like if I could have the Tonfus in my hands,
Ooh-wee.
like listen, I'd be going crazy, but I don't want to be that guy because I'm the gun lens main. Okay, I
Yeah.
cannot be on more copium than I already am. It's lethal. But so Kiki, long-standing Monster Hunter player, come on, what do you think? New
Yes.
weapons.
Okay, so yeah, there are like the Prowler weapons, and then Magnet Spy, Tonfa, there's another Switch XF, whatever the fuck. Other than that, what could you make, honestly? That would be interesting.
That's where
because
I had a friend of mine, right? Just real quick before I forget. I had a friend
Guns.
of mine
Dual guns.
who turned around to me. That's just dauntless. But then they turned around to me and they went, "What about a crossbow?" And I was just like,
No.
"But you
A
have
light
a
bow
fucking
gun.
bow
a
gun."
light bow gun.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I think it's funny
I want
as.
dual Glocks. Just like
I
pull
just
them
want
up.
a Glock.
Just like a P9.
Yeah.
That would actually be hilarious.
I can tell you a weapon format that I think could work. Oh,
Mhm.
no, someone already said it in the chat. A whip.
The whip?
A whip.
Huh.
The whip would be interesting.
But like,
But not in the whip in the sense that you're thinking of. Okay. The only person in here that's probably gonna get this is DuplEx. DuplEx,
Yeah.
Beast Cutter from Bloodborne.
Oh yeah. I think you said it in the previous podcast.
I think so.
Probably.
I think so.
Yeah,
it's
like a
basically
sword whip.
It's
A
not
sword
necessarily
whip.
a sword. It's more of a club, but then you like the club is only it's like, how do I put it? It's literally only a club that is composed of tiny little blades inside of it that you can crack open, and then it turns into a whip.
But in
I'm
general,
just saying, they could cook a lot of different things.
Yeah.
yeah, there's so
for new
like
weapons.
a lot of switch weapons essentially, because like that seems to be the trend. Is more like gimmicky weapons. Like if you consider insect blade, you consider charge blade. This seems to be going
My
in
man, there's a gun lens in there. I mean, listen.
Yeah, they seem to like the more steampunk-ish vibe for the weapons, and I don't mind that. That feels very fucking cool to see all the mechanics of the weapon. So I kind of like to see some cool variation on a concept we already have.
Listen,
Like,
I'm
say-
about to lose some subscribers for what I'm about to say here.
Hmm?
So I'm about to lose some subscribers for what I'm about to say, but
Oh,
that's
no.
okay. Stop talking about having a fucking scythe in the game. This is an anime.
We're not having a scythe. No, we're not having a
Stop
scythe.
it.
It's a long. We already
it's a
have long
farm
swords.
weapon. That's
Can I-
It's a long-
I'm gonna
farm
tell you
tool.
why. I'm gonna
That's a
tell
farm
you.
tool.
I'm gonna tell you exactly why. There's two reasons. Number one, there's a fuck ton of weapons that already look like scythes. Long swords,
Most-
great swords. There's even a fucking gun lens that looks
A
like
lot of
one,
switch
okay?
axes too.
And switch axes
Yep.
that looks like it. So if you want scythe, fucking learn a weapon that looks like it and play it. Second number, like this is the second reason. Right?
Reason number two.
Reason
number two.
number
Number 15.
two.
Number 15.
Do you know what a scythe is? It's a farming tool. It's not a weapon. I know a lot of dudes that think that, like, listen, I get it. You wanna be the edgy dude, perfectly fine. I'm not judging that. The thing is, scythes in general, when it comes to video games, tend to be very, very associated with magic. Monster Hunter doesn't do that. They focus on more. I want to be the guy that says they focus on more like
Brother, the
practical.
Camellia's bow, it's a fucking tome that casts spells.
Ew! Ew!
Shadow Wizard.
Shadow Wizard Money Gang. We
love
love
casting
casting
spells.
spells.
I cannot.
But this is what I'm trying to get at. It's a farming tool, and it's a lot more based around magic. Like, look at the fucking scythe in Final Fantasy XIV. That's the perfect rendition of one. Okay.
A new
If
blunt
we're
weapon.
not gonna get new weapon
A blunt
types,
weapon, now that I think about it. We
Like-
need that to balance it out. Sorry, Beari. I'm sorry. I was rambling.
No, no, no. All I'm saying is, if we're not gonna get original new, not original, but new weapon types, then can we please like revamp, like?
Godlands,
Everything
100%. I agree.
I'm sorry, this might be a shit fucking take. I don't care, but I'm kind of over the extracts or whatever for insect glaive. Can we just do away with those?
What?
Get rid of that as a mechanic for insect glaive. Because I would love that personally.
The two insect glaives are gonna be very upset with you.
Or at least just improve it. But the thing with Insect Glaive is it's so fun to play.
Insect Glaive
And
got
I
shafted in Rise, that's
I
why.
truly love Insect Glaive, okay? Like that's what I main in World. But so much of the fucking hunt is just sitting there, getting your fucking extracts, and you're running around like an idiot trying to target the fucking
yeah.
extracts.
So
And it's honestly miserable, especially in World, because drops are fucking random for
It's-
decorations, dude. So you can't
yeah.
even like build a good set for Insect Glaive. It's honestly like I just need them to fix that a
we
little
can
bit.
just agree that Insect Glaive and Hammer got absolutely shafted in Sunbreak. Like these when
Yeah.
was the last time you saw them? Like I'd never seen a fucking Hammer player in Sunbreak, and I've never seen it. I haven't seen an Insect Glaive player in fucking ages. They got shafted in like World and Iceborne. I don't care if you can make a build work. I don't care. The weapon itself is not fun. Okay, in comparison
I
to
love
other
Insect
weapons.
Glaive.
Like
Just
this is
saying.
me.
It is
I play
fun.
Gunlance and Lance. These are the least played weapons in the fucking game.
It's just the extract system.
No, I
It's
get you.
just
Because
it
here's
just
the thing.
makes it
I'm back.
What I would like to see is the weapons that already exist being brought back. Not medium bowgun. That's not coming back. Fuck that.
True.
But
Fuck
what
me,
I
Logan.
do think that could come back, there's a weapon called the Axle Axe, which is
Yeah,
like an axe with a
from
rocket
Explorer.
booster from Explorer. That looks really sick. The Magnet Spike, which
I
looks
don't
really
think-
cool, but I don't
Broken.
think that will come back because
Broken.
if it does,
Tonfas are the most likely, and everyone is
dude, if
asking
Magnet
for them.
Spike comes back, shit needs nerfs to the ground. Like it
Yeah,
needs
even
to.
Make it do
even
no
Tonfas though. To be
damage.
fair, Tonfas are
Oh no,
fucking aerial
Tonfas are
weapon.
busted. Tonfas are
Tonfas
also
are an aerial-
busted.
Tonfas have more airtime than a fucking Insect Glaive, and that's crazy to me.
I would love
See,
to
I
see.
would
like,
love that. I'm
I
a
would
dual
love
blade
Tonfas.
main.
I would
in
love
Rise.
Tonfas.
Yeah,
So
no, Tonfas would be dope.
Tonfas are like a hammer, a sword and shield, and a gunlance put together.
We need a new
Perfect.
blunt weapon because we need objectively because we have two blunt weapons.
See, I
essentially.
agree because we have the sword and shield taking over the hammer in Sunbreak, which is not right.
Like I played Hunting Gorn and like Ophelia plays Hammer, so I kind of know both the blunt weapons. And like they still feel like niche-ish. Like I like that Rice especially is trying to form that part, pushing in towards that party formation. Like you have the healer, then you have the tank, then you have the flank and stuff like that. And even Ward kind of had that with the siege fights. So having more blunt weapons would allow more people to be in the front. So imagine something like a shield and a blunt weapon. So you
that's
can
personally how I
stun-
would like to play Monster Hunter.
stun the
Like,
stun the monster, but
Yeah.
also be able to stand your ground. That shit would
Yeah.
be cool.
I will say too, this is a little off topic from what we're talking about, and I don't know or necessarily care if this is a hot take, but please don't take switch skills or wirebugs away from me. You can tell me all day that was like Rise's gimmick is the wirebugs. I don't care. Please don't take it away
Switch
from me.
skills
They're gonna be
definitely.
taken. I'm so sorry.
Switch skills gotta stay though because I
Switch
love
skills
switch
are
skills.
switch skills are just gonna get renamed and they're gonna be put into something else. But wirebugs are going. There is no fucking way they're staying. I'm so sorry.
I
Not a
kind of
chance.
Just like I love my palamutes, which are also gonna be taken away.
No,
there is
fucking-
absolutely no fucking way, Ark.
No, because like I remember like if you remember the final Monster Hunter
Ark,
live
there is
stream,
literally no fucking way they're taking away
70%
palamutes.
of the people were using
There's
palamutes.
literally no fucking way. Like,
Literally
literally
70
take back that you even said that.
Listen,
People
I'm
hated
about
it.
to, like, angry
Bring
cry
out the
Listen.
that you would
rename,
even
holy
fucking
shit.
suggest.
People
I
hated him
love
because he
the
spoke the
palamutes.
truth.
Exactly.
He spoke the truth.
Why are you booing? I'm right. No, basically,
They-
listen. I love palamutes.
They
I've been
absolutely
only-
will. Dude, if they take wirebugs away, there is no fucking reality where they're taking palamutes away.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. Wirebugs are not.
It's
staying.
one or the
That's-
other.
That's
Like, they're
Wirebugs are not
keeping-
staying for sure, but palamutes
Why do you guys
should
say that
stay.
though? Why do you
Because-
say that?
'cause
Because
it's
everyone
always
says
been
that
like that.
so confidently, and I'm over here huffing fucking copium. Okay?
Movement.
you seen-
Movement.
have-
It's
okay.
about movement.
Okay,
Like
no,
the
no, no, no.
wirebugs are just too fast. Like
Beari.
if you're bringing back Monster Hunter, older like Monster Hunter, or like perhaps a newer type of Monster Hunter movement system, the wirebugs are like listen. It's just really hard to implement them into a different pace of game. Now the reason as to why I
How?
say
Why do you say that?
Because it's like taking underwater combat. It's like what happened to Lagaya, Chris, and in Generation Ultimate, which was a monster that was thought for like a specific type of fight, which was underwater fight, where you could move in a 3D system, and you just put him on a fucking flat surface. Essentially, you remove one of the dimension, you squish him like a piece of paper, and now he's forced to play Pac-Man with you, right?
How would the dog swim?
How would the dog swim? The reason
They'll figure it out, Kiki.
That's the same reason as to why I don't think palamutes are coming back, because they are fucking lightning fast.
They just
play without palamutes.
Why do you think it's going to be copy and pasted from Rise?
But in Word we have the mounts.
It can be Monster Hunter 6's version of palamutes.
It could be
Monster Hunter 6's
well be.
version of wirebugs.
They could well be, but I just don't find it likely, because it's the same thing. Like, would you class? You've played a bit of Iceborne. Would you class the wirebug as Rise's version of the Clutch Claw?
No, not at all.
I would,
but that's what people were saying in Iceborne.
I just disagree with that take. That's just a bad take.
We've been here for...
What do you mean it's a bad take?
It's literally a bad take. The Clutch Claw is literally nothing like wirebugs. The Clutch Claw is literally nothing like wirebugs. What?
It's a hook system. It's basically a hook. But like,
you get
my point here being, before you guys rip each other's head off, my point here being, I don't think they will come back purely out of, at least as they are. They are very welcome to prove me wrong and remake them, because here's the thing: the Camoran lore is also really tied to the silk binds and the wirebugs. So it's like that thing where they're trying to, if they can and they want to implement like that part of Camorra into Monster Hunter 6, that's fine. I don't care. They can do that. I mean, I'm welcoming them to try. I'm not against it in any way, shape, or form. Especially when it comes to palamutes. I only use palamutes. I haven't used palamutes in fucking ages, purely out of preference. But when I take into consideration the systematic changes that would be necessary over creating a new mechanic, it just doesn't seem as likely. That's what I'm saying.
Should give them a speed buff, because we have mounts in Monster Hunter World. That's what I'm trying to say.
Dude, it's as simple as just don't make the palamutes rideable. It's that fucking easy.
Or make them rideable, but make them like the mounts in Monster Hunter World.
Don't. Let's not go back to that, please.
Don't even say
that. No. But you can control them. But the speed is that's the speed. That's the
speed.
Okay.
Speed-wise, I see what you mean.
Speed-wise, that's the speed.
What if I tell what if they were to tell you like, oh, okay, so what if that's exactly what they do? They go, we didn't bring palamutes, but we brought specific wildlife that you can ride freely.
Oh, because I want the fucking puppy. I want to customize my puppy.
But yeah, exactly. But this is what I'm telling you. Wouldn't it be perhaps more original and I don't want to say better move, but wouldn't it be
creative,
a more likely move for them to go, this is the mount system now. It's a monster that you can capture and train and whatnot, but we no longer have palamutes. Barry, you're sounding purely out of copium right now. I'm so sorry.
Barry's going no. I'm trying to argue it out. I'm trying to argue.
I
have an actual response to that. Is that I think the reason why we got mounts in Ward is because they were developing rice in the same time, and we know that right now. They were cooking rice in the meanwhile, and they saw it like, oh shit, palamutes is a cool system that allows you to sharpen as you go towards the monster. Let's put that in Word, but in a softer way that doesn't revolutionize the game. And so they added the mounts. So it would make sense to have, now that they're making a new game from the ground up, that element baked in just like Rise does. So having an actual mount, so having a palamute. And maybe it could have different skills, just like a Palico.
Toasty brings up another good point. Like, Toasty's just racking at the stream, too.
Jesus Christ. Wirebugs give you way too much movement. I agree with that.
It's more so, it's not necessarily, well, the way they are right now, they can be completely remade, and they can match speed of further Monster Hunter games, right? But it's the thing is like Wirefall, exactly. But that's part of how it's formatted now. And I'm just saying, it's not necessarily that they can't be remade, because I don't know if you guys noticed, but there's moves that come from GU that are in.
Yeah, but I'd rather see. I think they're just gonna rework.
That's my point, DuplEx. That's where I'm coming from.
Yeah, but
is it
one
possible?
thing is
yes. It hasn't been done before. Yes.
Yeah, one thing is like a game feature, like the gimmick, but palamutes feel more like an addition to the base formula. Because like we had cats, now we have dogs.
I'm not
If compared
disagreeing.
to-
I'm not disagreeing at all. But my point being, if they're going to a brand new generation of Monster Hunter, will they have two options? A, hold on to that side of the system so that they can, you know, develop it further, which is perfectly fine. I just want to make it completely sure that you know I have no
Yeah.
problem with that. I would love to have palamutes back. Are you fucking kidding?
Yeah.
But at the same time, it is more likely in my mind that they could develop an entire new system, and that is where I'm thinking that
Don't get me
those
wrong,
two
if you
cannot match.
If you give me Mosty so I can fucking ride a mini Gore Magala into battle, I'm fine with that shit. Like I'll take that over any other thing. But
I wouldn't think it would be like actual
yeah,
monsters.
I know,
It
I
would
know.
probably be like small
I'm
endemic
exaggerating. I'm
life.
exaggerating.
No, I
would
feel
All
that.
I'm
definitely-
saying is, I think you guys think you moved too fast with wirebugs because that wasn't your first Monster Hunter game. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, it's true. It's true.
But I think
'Cause-
it's gonna tone down in speed, so it's
yeah,
still-
I think that as well.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. But I don't know if they're
That's
gonna
the
like.
question I think no one can answer. No one knows how the fuck like that people
My
are
dad works at
speculating.
Capcom.
But for fuck's sake. Basically, a lot of people are speculating purely on a sense of preference, right? It's copium, that Monster Hunter 6 is going to be slower. Could be faster. No one knows.
please,
no one fucking
no,
knows.
please,
No one knows.
please.
No one here has, like, maybe someone here has information that I'm not aware of, but nobody here
like,
knows.
here's the thing, though. Is like, why would
Said
you
my
want
dad
it to
works
be
at Capcom.
slower and clunky? Why would you want that?
I want it to be good. I want it to be like
Patience.
I want it to be the good in between kind of like word. I want the ground to shake when I do my fucking super amped elemental discharge. I want to feel the oomph of every move, but at the same time I don't want to be stuck in an animation
But that's
for
where
2
you
hours.
guys
Yeah.
that's my point. Gen 5 was very experimental, and they experimented with very different aspects of Monster Hunter, which is why Gen 6 has a huge challenge in front of it, which is how do we define the pacing? Are we going to make it slower? Are we going to make it faster? Are we going to maintain pacing from Rise? Are we going to implement the pacing from World? Which systems can we borrow from? Since we borrowed
Yeah.
Switch Skills and Silk Binds from stuff like GU into Sunbreak, are we going to implement that again? Are we going to bring older weapons from other games, perhaps build more intricate systems for weapon crafting around those kinds of weapons? Are we going to revamp other weapon systems that we perhaps feel are outdated? All of this is speculation. There is no right or wrong answer, but this is why as much as I would love certain things to stay the way they are, not change, this is what it's likely looking to be. And this is based on my perspective, which again, I'm only 5 years into the franchise. I'm very, very unaware of most of what Monster Hunter even is. Okay?
I think Monster Hunter 6 is gonna be Monster Hunter Stories 3.
The
Oh
what?
my god. Yeah.
Yeah,
let's go.
Huh? The hottest take known to man. But with that in mind, a monster that you guys would like to see back. Obviously, we cannot speculate on new
fuck.
monsters, but like types of monsters you guys would like to see back. In the
Okay,
I
Monster
want
Hunter
to see
series.
snakes.
Snake. I'm a
Snakes,
sneakery snake.
amphibians.
I want to
That's
see
it.
snakes. I want to see the snake skeleton monsters come back. Because there's like not a single one of them.
I
want more snakes too.
I
Najamala is so
I just
lonely.
got Gormagala back, but I kind of want to see him in word graphics. So
Oh my
okay,
God.
okay. I know we just made a whole point about this. I'm sorry.
I am going
sorry.
to break your kneecaps if you say
I know.
Gormagala
No.
one more
No,
time.
But
Is this what it feels like when you guys ask my favorite monster and I say Valstrax
Yes.
and
Dude,
Primordial?
you don't fucking know how
100
much that
times?
monster means to me. So shut up, bro. He's
I love
literally
taking
me.
the piss out of it, DuplEx, because he's so Italian. He gets so passionate.
He's literally me.
He is literally me, bro.
But jokes aside, I would love to see more insectoids because they were so.
Ooh,
fucking
Yeah.
monoblows.
Ooh.
Gust raises a
monoblows?
good point.
I
Monoblows.
want more spiders because I love spiders and I want more insects.
Uh,
I want a scolopendra. I want a fucking centipede
Blech.
now.
Jesus.
Yes.
centipedes.
Freak me out.
Oh,
Freak
make
me
him
out
like
right now.
so creepy and like
Yes.
fast and
Yes.
shit.
Yes. I want it to feel.
I do want to see more insect monsters. Honestly, I do want
And
them. I want to see.
something like-
I want to see Nursilla. I like Nursilla.
True. Nursilla is such a cool fight too. I want
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a Roddenvale centipede. That would be cool.
That would be cool. That would be cool.
Oh.
Yeah, it's so
No, no,
fucking
no, no,
yucky.
no, 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 no,
Yes,
no.
I kind of like that.
Yeah.
I
I
would
like
like to
monsters that
see
make you
more
feel
snake
yucky.
wyverns as well, though, because Najarala
Yes.
and Dalamador. What is the? Oh, Kiki, you know this. You most definitely know this. The biggest
Wha-
monster ever in Monster Hunter, the one that lives in an
Dalmador.
island. No, bigger. There's one bigger.
The one in Frontier.
The
On
one
an
that lives in an island on by itself. It's like a giant fucking like ridiculously giant snake, bigger
Oh,
than
it's from
Dalamador.
yeah, it's from Frontier. It's
Laviente.
Oh,
Laviente.
Laviente.
Laviente, yeah, where it's
Yeah.
like 16 hunters all at once. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
bullshit. It's the bullshit monster.
I think that
I
is-
want that.
I would love to. I'm with Beari on this one. I would fucking
Yeah.
love to try Laviente. Are you joking?
Yeah, that would be cool. That would be cool. I think Gogmazios, not Gogmazios, Dalmador was a good.
No, hold on.
huge
Gogmazius
fight.
is spitting. Hold on.
Even Gogmazios, but like Dalmador was a perfect example of how the big snake fight should be. Because I've seen Laviente and it's a lot of he stands up, attacks you, and you cannot really attack him that much, and then he comes
It feels
down.
like a God of War fight, like old style.
Yeah,
God
it
of War.
feels a bit God of War-ish. Well, Dalmador was like, since it was so big, you could attack every single part of his body, and you would still be doing enough damage. But if you target specific points, you would do extra damage.
Can I give
and-
you guys a couple of hot takes for monsters that like you want to see back, and you say yes or no?
Go.
Mhm.
Plus, yo,
Yes.
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 Not the
Dodogama.
green one.
Funny fish.
Dodogama, nah, I can live without him.
I like my
T-Rex.
funny. Yes.
No.
Fuck no. No.
Which one? Which one?
Fuck you for
T-Rex.
even saying that.
T-Rex, I'm so fucking done.
Literally, fuck you for
Absolutely.
even saying that.
God damn, what the
Worst flagship monster in the goddamn game.
Dude, I hate Tigrex,
It's
dude.
it's the thing is, even Nargacuga, like I'm done with them. I'll be honest, mate, Chief. Like I don't know how to tell you, but I'm tired of fighting a non-element monster that just charges at me. At least Diablos is fun.
Okay,
T-Rex is not even
okay.
fun.
Gamoth.
Fuck yeah, amen.
Maybe?
Yes. Yes.
Maybe?
No.
I don't
Yes.
know him.
Just
Sure.
yes. Straight up yes.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
For me,
okay.
yes. For me, it's super yes. I love Gamma.
Okay. What's his name? Lao Shanlang.
Yeah.
No.
I fucking love Lao.
No. I really don't like Lao
Lo-
that
Can
much.
I make this prediction
He
now?
just walks.
No, hold on.
Just
Can I
walks.
make this prediction now before anyone else says it? Because if
Go
it
ahead.
happens and people come back to me, I want it to be known, much like Iceborne revamped Fatalis, Monster Hunter 6 is going to revamp Lao Shanlang.
I don't want it. It's just a fucking dragon that walks. It's
That's
so
the
boring.
point. That's the point of remaking it, Chief.
I know,
But,
but it just it's a less cool Safi. It's a chubby Safi. It's a Safi that like lost the mortgage and his wife and kids.
What the fuck?
And he's
For
just
me.
depressed. And he crawls over
Okay,
to
me.
a couple more.
Okay.
no.
The Moran brothers, Jan Moran or whatever the fucking other one is called. I
Yeah.
forgot.
Give me more sieges, honestly.
Yeah.
Siege
honest to
Quest.
God.
I was gonna get to that soon, but
There
one
wasn't
last
a
one.
goddamn one.
Actually, two last ones. Zamtrios.
Fuck yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Okay, Kiki's.
Cool
I don't think
monster.
Kiki's gonna like Zamtrios. Wait, no.
Well, I love
no.
Zamtrios.
No, you don't like Tiger Strand? Tiger thing?
I've never fought Tiger Stripe, no.
Oh, okay, never mind. There's someone who did that. I don't know. But last one. Okay. Palumu.
No,
like
Who?
You don't
I
know
like
who
it.
he is?
no, thank you.
I've just.
It's from
I've
Ward.
I seen him once, and I'm just like.
No, I
eh.
think it's Ophelia's favorite monster. And I think it's kind of cute. It looks like a little bat.
Chat,
Funny.
chat. Any more that we can present? Because I nearly
Legiana.
got my fucking head
Legiana?
bitten off when I
Legiana,
talked about Legiana,
think-
absolutely.
Yeah.
I think I'm
Lega-
done with
yeah,
Legiana.
sure.
I don't
Sure.
really like it. I don't really like fighting it. But
I love Legiana. I'm sorry.
everyone, I would be surprised if Odogaron doesn't come back.
Don't. I'm not even gonna talk about it.
I
fact
like
that he's
Odie.
not in
Everyone
Rise
loves
is
Odie.
criminal.
Everyone loves. I think it's because they're saving him for
Clifford the
Monster
big
Hunter 6.
red dog, dude.
The
He's
big red
fun.
The
dog.
hellhound.
A
I like
hellhound.
Butter
Hellhound.
dog. The dog.
He's cute. I love him so much.
Lunagaron would be cool to see back. Alongside
Nergigante?
Hell yeah.
Odogaron. No, fuck Nergigante.
Hands.
Nah, I'm done with
Mr.
Nergi.
Dragon Hands.
Duramboros. Duramboros is that's a brute wyvern. That's the biggest brute
Yeah,
wyvern
yeah.
ever. Isn't
I sleep.
Duramboros,
Oh.
I could live without him, I'll be honest.
I keep forgetting he exists.
People say
okay.
the 3 Kirin.
Fuck the Kirins. Okay, hear me. You know, no, okay, now you hear me, you motherfucker. Those Kirins can. It's a miracle they are in Monster Hunter World. They should have stayed in the old fucking continent, because really, I do not understand how such a dog
But
shit
they
design.
taught you how Rajan gets his power. He
I don't
eats
give
the
a
Kirin
shit.
horn.
It could be just a funny monkey. I don't care. he could get it out of nowhere. He could get it out of Xenogre's horns or vulgar bugs. He could just be like actual monkeys that eat bugs from the fur of other animals. I don't give a shit. I just don't want to see that damn pony that makes me bounce off its fur as soon as he gets like those 5 seconds of PTSD.
You don't like trying to smack the unicorn ass only for your giant sword to bounce off it?
I'm sorry, I'm not a brony.
What about Brachydios?
Yes,
I
dude.
fucking love Brad.
I love
Bracky, but see,
Dude,
like,
I want to
okay,
put
no,
on.
no,
You
no.
want to know? I want to put fucking tonfas that look like boxing gloves, and I want to square up to Brachydios.
Yeah. Yes!
See the fucking duality of like mankind in general. Like we complain about Tigrex, but then the moment Brachydios just like skips one game, which is Rice,
Bring it back,
suddenly
please.
everyone's
Bring
just
him
like,
back.
please bring him back. Like it
Because
was,
he has an interesting concept about him. He's not just rah, 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 I'm just gonna fucking run towards you. That's it. That's all Tigrex does.
And he throws
agree with you.
rocks. He
Yeah, I
throws
do
rocks
agree
at
with you.
you as well.
he actually throws rocks. Brute Tigrex.
3 moves.
Okay, no, Tigrex is worth it just for Brute Tigrex.
Brute Tigris is
Because-
pretty cool, to be honest.
Brute Tigrex is such a cool concept. He just screams at you. It's a monster that's so fucking mad. He just screams in your direction.
He
He literally
that's all he
does beams of screaming. He literally just concentrates it into a fucking
Hey, yo,
beam.
can
It's
I
so
give you
cool.
guys the real deal breaker, though?
Go ahead.
Kuluyaku.
Yeah! I love my
Yeah.
fucking birds. I
Bird
love a
up.
silly, goofy bird. We got someone
no,
said
no.
Kutku. I fucking love them.
I would
Give me
love Yangaruga.
Kuluyaku.
I want Yangaruga because it's one of my favorite monsters. I would
Yangaruga's
like.
pretty
I
cool.
fuck Yangaruga now that I'm thinking about it.
What the fuck is
Hey,
why?
so
It's such
okay,
a
so
fun-
okay, guys, okay, watch this, chat, watch this shit. I got Beari
Don't-
mad at me.
don't-
I got DuplEx
don't-
mad at me.
Don't.
Time
don't,
to
don't,
get Kiki mad
Don't.
at me.
Do not. Do not.
Bwah,
Do not.
bwah,
I
bwah,
swear.
bwah, bwah.
I swear. Don't fucking.
What
Bottom.
about Pebble Jump?
Bump. Bottom. Bottom.
I had to.
Is the mic muted just because she's screaming?
Oh my god.
To be fair, Kiki hasn't fought World and Iceborne Devil Joe, which is the one that I started with. So
I still think it's a dog shit fight, even in Word and Iceborne. I'll
I
be
don't
honest.
really care about him. I'm not gonna lie.
I prefer
I want you
Basil.
dead on the spot.
I just think Basil is a better invader compared to Devil Joe. That's all. It's just more fun and more interesting compared to hitting legs for 20 minutes straight.
Big pickle,
Big pickle.
hungry pickle. All right, well, I got all of my cast members pissed off at me, so that's my achievement done. What about one last one. I think Beari hasn't seen this monster, but I think Beari would really like this monster, Malfastio.
Oh fuck yeah. Yeah. We need confusion as an element again.
Oh god.
Do
Oh
we?
god. Confusion like
it-
changed the way that you're.
Your
Is it
controls
this
are
owl-looking
inverted.
motherfucker?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the owl. It's the owl motherfucker.
He's so pretty. I love him.
I like this. I don't know anything about the fight, but it's pretty.
I want
Cute,
Nurshila to come back.
Also, I literally hate to do this, but I think I've got to go here.
That's all right. That's okay.
Sorry.
That's all right.
It's alright.
No worries.
But thank you so very much for having me. I'm guys, I'm huffing fucking copium. I'm so excited for Monster Hunter 6. So, yeah, I can't wait. I love talking about Monster Hunter and hanging out with you guys. So, yeah.
Go subscribe to
Oh,
Kiki.
Go
to
subscribe
Beari, sorry.
Beari.
Now.
I mean,
You know what?
subscribe to
Subscribe to
Kiki
I
as
mean,
well. while
go
you're at it.
subscribe to
Subscribe to
Kiki.
Don't subscribe to Kiki.
Thank you,
Shut-
DuplEx. You got my back.
But yeah, I love you all. Thank you all so much. Ooh,
Love you,
woo.
Barry.
I'll
Bye,
see ya, Barry.
Barry. See ya.
I will see you all next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Uh,
Anyways, let's rag about the dog some more.
Hold on. Do I keep her icon here, or do I make it transparent like this?
Just
Just
vanish.
deleted from
I don't
the
know. No,
exi-
genuine question. I don't know. I reckon I
I don't
just leave her
know.
there. She's pretty.
It's
Yeah, just
fine.
leave
It's
it,
fine.
honestly.
Okay, just a couple more monsters. Dalamador, yes,
yes.
absolutely.
Sure.
Dalamador absolutely needs to come back. Are you kidding?
I'm surprised he wasn't in Word because we had a skeleton for the Rotten Bale.
Difficult one though. He's very intricate to make. Any
Yeah.
old siege monster is really difficult to make.
They should have. Never mind.
No, I mean, it's a hard one to bring back. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's not easy. It's quite a difficult build to bring back. Anyway, do we have any more monsters? Because I had something. in my
Magnamalo
brain.
would be cool.
Magnamalo
maybe
might come
must-
back. You know, I'm thinking.
I
right?
wouldn't mind.
Maybe
wouldn't
wait.
mind.
Maybe wait. Yeah.
I wouldn't mind, honestly.
I'm
Duramboros
I'm
needs
okay
to
with
come
that.
back. I like Duramboros.
What, the most insignificant
Do
brute
you
within
guys
of all?
think Monster
He's cool.
Rathalos would come back?
Rathalos? I don't think. Who's
No
Rathalos?
way.
I don't know who Rathalos
No
is.
way.
Oh my god,
Not a chance.
Rathalos confirmed.
Rathalos confirmed. Which version of Rathalos do you think you're gonna see? That's the better question.
I really hope they
All of
bring back
them.
like Rice style Rathalos. Rathalos in Rice, it's such a fun fight.
Yeah, he does
like-
an insta charge. That's
He- He's so fun.
I
Like
want to see
genuinely,
Azure
like
Rathalos back. I like Azure Rathalos.
Can we just get rid of the gold and silver for one game?
please.
I don't
please.
think you can. That's the problem.
I've
Or
been
either
fighting.
they do and they bring Dread King and Dread Queen back.
I'll be fine with that. I'd be fine with that because like I'm so done with Silv. Especially like I've been fighting Monster Hunt. I needed to farm Ward Silver Rathalos, which is immune to flash bombs. You cannot get him down. He gets into rage and he stays like that for like 90% of the fight, so you cannot wallbang him. It's a shitty experience. I don't want to
Dude.
see that fucker for the rest of my life.
In GU, the game with
Yeah.
zero subspecies. All of a sudden, these two bling bitches.
The bling bling.
They walk in the door. They say, "Hi, I'm here now," and I just have to live with it. Like,
No, I still think Dread King is worse though. I remember hating Dread King compared
oh, Dread
to
King
Silver.
sucks. Absolutely, yeah.
Compared to Silver, at least, like Silver at least was like manageable. If you break his wings, you can live with it. But Dread King is just like he goes in air and he stays there. He doesn't move.
It's just like I hate silver and gold for what they stand for.
They're always
just
the
like,
same.
yep.
Yeah. Yep. The same.
We're
old you.
here,
What
whether
about
you like it or
Nargacuga?
not. No,
I'm kind of done with Narg. Even Zinogre, I'm kind of done with Zinogre.
Zinogre.
I do.
Yeah.
I
know it's-
Zinogre, Narga, Tigrex, just leave them out.
Thing
for the
is,
game.
they've had a lot of variants. Like you had Apex, you have Thunderlord, you have what's the other one name? Stygian, and then you
Stygian.
have Base. So, and they've been around a
doesn't-
lot recently. So, I think they need a
Yeah.
break.
Yeah.
It's like oversaturation, basically. Like whether it's freaking green Nargacuga, Lucent, just like at the end of the day, it's still a Narga.
Can I
Nargacuga.
give
Yeah.
you guys a real hot take here?
Go ahead.
I don't want Kushala back.
I can
That's
see
not
that.
a hot take. I
No,
want
no,
him
no,
gone.
I
No,
genuinely
I
think
like him in Rice. He's a fun fight in Rice because he doesn't fly like crazy. But I think we need more Elder Dragons. I want a cool poison Elder Dragon that doesn't look like a goofy motherfucker.
I just
An
don't
anorexic
like
mother
him in general. Like I don't like Kushala. We don't
No,
get
I
along.
like him. I think it's a cool design.
I mean, I like that he's made out of metal and whatnot, but I just don't want to see him
Yeah.
back again. And I want to say the same about Teostra, but he's so unique that I almost think I would regret it if I said something.
If Teostra is back,
I don't.
so
Maybe
is
not
Kushala.
Teostra. Bring Lunastra, not Teostra.
You know what? Based. Fuck
Yeah,
it.
but
Just
Lunastra was shit in Word, so I'm traumatized by that. You know what? You know one monster that no one cares about. No one. Frostfang Bearicute.
Oh, he's
Which
cool.
sucks
He's cool.
because his armor is so sick.
yeah,
His armor is so good. It's literally like a white knight, and
it looks really cool.
His name is literally the last white knight. In general, like his vibe is so cool. It's like a frost knight. He
He's
uses a
pretty
lot
cool.
of the
He
dry
is
ice.
really cool.
But it's a shame he came out at the wrong moment, right before Fatalis, right during Elatrin period. So like no one fought him.
Yeah.
He came out alongside Elatrin, and so like nobody cared. And it was a shame because it's such a cool design and a cool fight and a cool monster. Like I genuinely want to see more Bearicute variants because it's a monster that, compared to Nargacuga and Tigrex, feels like it didn't reach its full potential.
How do we feel about Kezu?
I'm
He's
done with
whatever.
him. I'm.
I don't think
I'd
I'm
rather
done
have
with him
Giginox.
though. Yeah, I'd rather
I'd
have
rather
have-
Giginox.
Yeah,
he
I'd
shows
rather
up or not, it's whatever.
But I'd
yeah.
rather have Giginox if I could choose because he's cool alien vibe. It's
I
kinda
do
cool
prefer.
and
I
unique.
haven't hunted Giginox, but he does look cooler than Kezu.
Simply
He's a-
like
Interesting fight.
they can take turns. You know, it's their turn on the PlayStation. Like
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, we could go on and on. I don't know if chat has any other monsters that they want us to discuss, but
Astalos would be cool to see back.
Astalos.
I love Aston.
Glavenus,
Yeah.
though. Hold up.
Glavenus though did get a subspecies in
But
Word
he
though.
sucked. Acidic Glavenus was
No,
so
what the
mid.
fuck are you
He's
saying?
so cool.
He literally
Acidic
honed.
Glavenus compared to someone like Hellblade. Are you joking?
Dude, I think
What?
acidic is way cooler.
Replace fire with a different fire.
His
like...
tail looked like earwax.
It looked like a katana. Okay, yeah, I kind of see what you mean with the earwax, but still.
No,
You-
him with his tail like clean, sick. But
Yeah,
him
he's
with
like
his
a
like
fucking-
spiky tail
Yeah,
looking thing,
but
that was a
I
bit
just-
weird.
I love how he holds the blade like literally like a sword master, and how he just turns and like spins around with his tail. It's so cool. I really like his vibe
Ooh,
and his
Vic, that's a
aesthetic.
good point. Like a mole monster, that'd be cool.
The fuck is a mole?
I mean,
A mole is like one of those blind like.
Oh,
creatures
that's
that-
Gogma. That's not Gogmazius. It's Geismagorm. Geismagorm is a
Diablos.
mole.
Yeah,
One of
Geismagor is
Beari's-
pretty much.
Geismagorm is a huge mole if you think about it.
Yeah, it's true.
Sonic bombs, just you chuck them, you win. That's it.
I think stuff like Black Diablos would be nice as well.
Yeah,
Bull
Diablos is
Drum,
very
dude.
cool.
I unironically want Bull Drum to come back.
Really?
Yeah, I think it'd
Really?
be funny.
It would be fun. It would be funny. But what I think is
It's the
like
same
we
thing as
need,
to why I want Plesioth to come back. I just think it'd be funny as shit.
what I
Okay,
think
you
is
know
like
what? Fair.
we need a roster kind of like base Ward and base Rise.
We need to
where there
make it.
was
This,
a lot
this
of,
is like an entire video on itself.
yeah. We need a lot
Yeah,
of, but I think we need a lot of new monsters because like Almudron, for example. Holy shit, it's such a cool concept. It's a cool mud monster that is like an ancient Sifu master. It's very cool design wise. Or like Odogaron came out of a new gen and a new design. Lagiana, like all of these cool designs comes because like the team decides to stop for a second and be like, okay, no more fucking returning monsters. Let's get our asses on the fucking new designs. And
Get
they
rid of these
deliver.
flying wyverns. Yeah.
Yeah, like don't do what World did. Everyone make everything a fucking flying wyvern.
Yeah.
I
I want a lot of spiders. I want a lot of spiders because I love spiders.
Oh, and
Spiders
just
and
as
snakes.
And just as a final one, because otherwise we're gonna stay here all night, and I need to sleep at some point. But I'm
It's
still gonna
been
get going.
3.5 hours.
It's literally have been like 3 hours and like 12 minutes. It says here, but
Oh my God.
one thing that I think would be really cool would be Bambaro.
Oh, that giant like herbivore. Ooh.
Bambaro. Oh yeah.
Ooh.
It'd be cool. Even Namiel. Namiel didn't get enough spotlight.
I like
ironically.
Namiel's design.
A lot of
and-
people, yeah, no. High Voltage was talking about Namiel.
Yeah.
I think Namiel was just outshunned by what she was put
Everything.
up against.
Everything just because she just comes out before Shara and she gets overshadowed
Yep.
easily.
Oh,
But
ooh,
she's a cool design. She's such a cool design. Like,
for sure.
literally, I think just like Basil, it's a monster that like they clearly know what they were going for. The deep sea monster, the fact that in some moves she literally turns into a giant jellyfish, that the armor being literally like an inkling. It's so like they know
It's
what
good.
they're doing.
It's good.
It's good. It's precise. They clearly have vision in their design, and that's what I love about the designs that come out like this.
I
in
think
Monster
we
Hunter.
need to somehow make a video about this.
Yeah, definitely.
I think
Or
we need
else
to
we're
make,
gonna
like,
keep rambling for hours.
We need to make a video
Yeah.
for yes or no for specific monsters to return.
Maybe take a break from the Monster Hunter content like next year when Monster Hunter 6 get announced.
Yeah, well, when exactly. When Monster Hunter 6 gets announced and we have a date, maybe we can talk a little, or we have like a trailer, we can talk about monsters and shit. That would be good. But that's basically it. I think we talked about weapons, maps, gameplay loop. We just want it to stay the same. I'm not even gonna dive into endgame stuff. I'm not smart enough to talk
We
about that
don't
shit.
know.
I'm
we don't
good,
know.
actually.
I
good.
would just prefer for it to be like the guiding lens over anomaly grinding. That's all I'm gonna say on the matter.
Literally anything besides
That's
anomaly.
literally anything besides anomalies. Honestly, fucking never do that again, please. And cryo
Maybe
crafting,
just
never again.
make it so that at the end of the game, as soon as you beat the final boss, it deletes your save and it tells you to get a life. Literally, just like, good job, you finished the game. Now go touch grass.
Touch grass now.
You're done. You did everything.
But I think we've spoken about literally everything. I cannot think of a single other topic off the top of my head, at least right now, about Monster Hunter 6. We talked about
What
weapons,
content are you
maps.
guys making on Monster Hunter 6?
I mean, I'm definitely gonna
Not
make...
a damn thing.
I'm definitely gonna be making like a husbando and waifu video for 6
Oh,
if the characters
yes.
are interesting enough. But other than that, fuck knows. I mean, it's really dependent on what the game is about, really.
Hypnocatry's propaganda for me? I don't know.
Yo.
Just like another Devil Joe video. I'm sorry, Kiki.
Oh, God.
Oh my god, if
yeah,
they
let me
put
just
Devil
kill
Joe
my
on
vocal
6
cords
again
here.
real quick.
Just bring back the Guildmarm
I'm
just
necking
for
myself
Kiki
right then and there.
Bring back the Guildmarm just for Kiki.
Oh,
Fuck it, I will be filming my reactions and you will see in a corner just me dangling.
Well, I think it's fair to say, like, this is the longest fucking video. I'm gonna have to like
Oh my
listen
God.
back to all of
Have
it.
You're
fun
gonna
editing.
fucking
Jesus,
You're
I'm
just
just
like
I have to
3 hours of this.
timestamp it as well.
YouTube is gonna be like, just like, nah, we ain't uploading that shit. It's taking way too much space.
Fuck you. Like, nah, we're not doing that. But anyway, I would like to thank everyone, including Beari, who had to leave earlier, for turning up. I hope you guys had a good time. I think I definitely don't want to toot my own horn, but I think I definitely improved the quality of the podcast this time around. I worked on, like, you guys might have noticed, I made a new thumbnail and I made a new look here for the podcast, and I think in terms of the scoping, it went better.
Good.
We had a lot. We talked about a lot of different stuff, and just to make one thing very clear, this podcast is a podcast for like it's my podcast basically. These guys aren't like they. And what I mean by that is not like, oh, it's mine. It's these guys aren't responsible if the conversation is boring or if it drifts into somewhere that isn't necessarily interesting. It's on me. They're not responsible for like not being able to contribute to specific topics as they are with others. It's all me. It's all my decision making. They just do everything they can to contribute and make an interesting conversation. This is why I keep bringing them back, because they're really good at doing that. And because we're friends. At the end of the day, that's it. Like, this isn't a professional fucking relationship. It's pure friendship, and this is why it's fun.
I love my friend.
And this is why we keep doing it.
Can I leave a message for the viewers?
Yeah, go on.
Real quick. Okay, so there was a guy that commented under the previous podcast that he was making a pizza with his wife while he was listening to the podcast.
Oh, yeah,
I hope that that pizza was great, and you're making me proud as an Italian that you're listening to my podcast as you're making the pizza. And I hope you make another pizza with your wife.
You're probably gonna need to make a lot, considering how long this is.
I love you, random stranger on the internet. Keep making those pizzas.
Well, regardless, it's been extremely fun, and I would like to thank you all in chat. I do want to record most of these episodes live because you guys always give quite a lot of input. And plus, I made that fucking live chat window. I want to make sure I use it. But I'm not going to promise that every single time this is the case, because I do want to maybe...
Take a chill
Like,
one.
here's the
once
thing.
in a
It's
while.
like I said earlier, it's really hard to get 4 people to have a matching timetable to do this. Because like I told everyone it's gonna be 2 hours. Barry just probably had something else to leave. I mean, we are overshot by an hour and a half, so she,
Yeah.
it's not her fault. It's purely just it's me, and it's
We have a lot to
difficult.
talk
So
about.
it's sometimes I might not be able to get all of them. Sometimes I might be able to get someone else. It really depends. I mean, I probably will make an Armored Core episode, and I have to bring this fucking guy, like.
I am gone.
But yeah, stuff like that is always going to dictate how the podcast flows. I mean, the only constant here is going to be me. That's literally it. And I'm sorry if that's disappointing, because I might always not always be able to make it live. I might not always be making it with this many people. I might just only be able to do it with specific people, because that's how it is. The production side of this is more complicated than it sounds. But I had a blast. I think, like, dude, this is 3 hours and 18 minutes. This is gonna be
You guys
crazy.
got a lot of content to go through. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, this is all gonna be
And-
uploaded as its own separate thing. But I want to thank everyone for tuning in for this long. I really appreciate the input from everyone in the chat. That was fucking sick. This is why I like doing it live, because more stuff to do, like more stuff to talk about when you guys give us topics and stuff and your own opinion. But thank you very much. I hope you all have a wonderful evening or afternoon or day. And I would like to thank DuplEx, Beari, and Kiki once again for coming in and speaking to me about this stuff. It's been a lot of fun.
Thank you for having us.
It's my pleasure. Well, everyone, this has been it from us. Have a good time. I'll see you around. Peace.
Bye-bye.